Why, hello everyone. Welcome to Fallout Cold Front, the Fallout 2D20 campaign we run Saturday evenings at 6 o'clock.
When we're not moving.
Correct. We have just moved, so getting used to new procedures. Yeah, we've been playing... Have we been playing this for a year now? Or has it been like 7 months?
No, we started in January.
That's right, while it was still snowy. And it's...
Now wait.
Gonna be
it's
snowy
not
eventually,
Fallout
too.
Cold Front anymore.
Yeah, it's
It is,
Fallout...
however,
Warm
Fallout air
back.
conditioning front.
That's right. Yeah.
Hey.
There we
It's
go.
not blowing on my front.
Anyway.
Well, the vent's right up. Nope. No rabbit trails on air conditioning. Okay. Last episode, the party was separated, and you guys are still technically separated. You all had just dealt with kind of the ramifications of the negotiation gone slightly wrong, I guess.
Slightly.
Yeah. Jerry's brother Pete was kidnapped by a woman in power armor. Julian was. What's the? How do you say picked someone? Oh no,
She
just
picked
picked
me
someone.
up from
Yeah,
school.
there it is.
Picked me up from
Yeah, that woman picked Julian up from school.
It's not actually.
Why does it feel like it's like, oh yeah, my mom picked me up from Junie?
What?
Juvie.
Junie.
Yeah.
There we go. That's what I thought.
Well, she wasn't guilty. She was at an observatory.
Yeah. I haven't done anything wrong this entire campaign.
Uh-huh. Okay. The rest of you all that were kind of remaining after this, just tried to figure out what just happened. Oh, some of you were diseased, but you cleared that disease, a bioweapon used by Gnosis. So no one's diseased anymore. Congratulations. And then you all were tasked, or asked, by Frankie's brother Barnes to investigate the museum because strange goings-on have been going on. What? Oh. Oh.
Table talk is not for you. Focus on DMing.
She's married, by the way.
Yeah, that's how she became mommy.
That's true, but only 2 people can call her.
Anyway,
And
I'm now one
will
of
not
them.
because we are not at that level.
I guess 3, but it would be weird for a son-in-law to say that. But anyways.
I feel like she gives off more mother vibes.
Yeah,
anyways.
absolutely.
It depends on if she's fighting in her power armor.
so like, a mother dear.
Could not call that woman mommy.
The thing that we ended on last session
Because you got mommy issues.
was Julian meeting with mommy issues.
Well done.
Yes. You were brought to the Enclave bunker underneath Chicago, and you were summoned by the President of the United States.
Gladys.
Ghoul Obama. No, Ghoul Obama. I want there to be Ghoul Obama.
I would love to see Ghoul Trump, but
But
Ghoul Obama
You
would be
live in
fun,
America,
too.
you have seen Ghoul Trump.
Let's not get political.
Does he
Anyway.
look? Does he
Yes.
look?
He's no Prince Charles though, or Prince. I don't know.
King Charles.
Oh, the crusty
No.
guy would be
The
okay.
old King Queen Elizabeth's husband.
The crusty
Philip-
looking guy. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he looks like a ghoul. Or looked. Rest in peace. Okay. Sorry. Big on rabbit trails. But you have been summoned by the President of the United States.
Gladys.
Barry was the one that asked. So he would just ask, could you come with me, please?
All right. Dad, if I'm not back in 45 minutes, I've been murdered.
It's the President, darling. That's called an execution.
If I'm not back in 45 minutes, I've been executed. We should work
Noted.
on preparing some clones.
I am definitely not already on that.
We don't have to tell Mom.
Okay. I mean,
Tell your mother.
you're implying that there isn't one already.
Really?
No.
Ah.
Go meet the President.
All right. I'll see you if I survive Gladys.
Okay. You'll do fine. Just watch out for her cat.
That old bag of bones is still alive.
Cat's new.
Oh, I'm
Yep.
sorry, I forgot about that.
Yep. Sorry about that.
I knew about the cat, so I thought Julia knew about the cat.
Yep.
She's good at cat now.
That's right.
Really leaning into the old lady, huh?
In this house, she's the President of the United States. So,
You're starting to sound like Mom.
I try to more and more. Not like I'm the biggest source of wisdom in this household. Now,
She needs someone to balance
you need
her
to. You probably need to go. She probably doesn't want to be kept waiting.
out. Right, alright. Lead on, Barry.
All right. Barry would lead you through this bunker that you remember. I don't want to say you remember it necessarily fondly, but you did grow up here. You go through the main central hub where a projector is projecting what looks to be just a view of cloudy skies on the walls.
Like I did in the show.
And like a simulation of daylight a little bit. He would lead you down quite a few corridors with a few people in XO1 power armor guarding the way towards... They're calling it the Oval Office, but it's not an oval because bunkers can't be choosers. So sometimes you just don't have an oval room.
Episode title.
After passing a few guards, a single steel door would open, and you would see the, while not oval, still rather patriotically decorated and formal room with a very large wooden desk at the center of it. And a woman wearing a suit, white hair, and glasses.
President Alderman. I heard you wanted to see me.
Adlerman.
Adlerman.
Unless you want to call her Alderman.
New game. Who house? New house. Who dis? Who house? New dis.
Was that intentional?
The second time.
There you go. Just
President Adlerman. I heard you wanted to see
have
me.
a seat, Miss Ortega.
Oh, pull chair. Take a
Yep,
seat.
it's nice.
Looking for the cat.
There's no cat around here right now. You've never seen a cat before in your life either, though, so probably
I'm
just
sure
photos.
I've seen them in movies.
Yeah, there you go. Yep. Well, I suppose it's my job to welcome you back.
We can cut the formality if you want. It's good to be back, though.
Really? Is that what you're thinking? Because it sounds like you didn't exactly come willingly.
I rendezvoused with my mother. I didn't have to. You have information I need, yes, but it is just good to see you all again, too.
So I take it information is what brings you back.
Yes. I've heard a little bit about what you're doing with Project Ethereum. Seems like something that concerns...
Questions on that can come later.
Yes. It's fine.
What have you been up to since your last message that you sent?
I mean, that's 7 years. That's a lot of time to recap, but I've been adjusting to life on the surface. I've joined an organization named Polis that administrates the upper world, makes sure no one gets out of proportion.
Administrates is a strong word for that organization.
We do what we can. 2 people per state isn't a lot of firepower.
So that's it. You're just part of a new organization. Yes! Nuke 'em! No.
I mean, that takes up some time. We've been investigating, myself and Delroy Trade Lines, one of the organizations up on the surface, have been investigating Project Ethereum, the storms, you see. It's been getting to a point where it's started to impact the surface.
Really? That's off timeline. It's supposed to come later. Impact how?
Just more severe than normal. It's not to the point where other people have really realized what's going on yet. It's still subtle, but we were kind of sent to investigate it as a bit of a wild goose chase, actually. Turned out there was a little bit more substance to it than they had thought.
Who else knows about this? Ethereum.
Going to ask you the
Primarily.
same question I asked my mother. Is this so you can go kill them?
Ideally, I would prefer to keep Enclave operatives outside the surface world as much as possible. This is just damage control. If you tell me that you've told your entire organization, then we have a bigger problem to deal with, and there's no way I could possibly consider just killing all my problems.
It's
Who knows?
contained. I don't see any reason everyone on the surface needs to know about this as long as we handle it correctly. That's what I would like to talk to you and the cabinet about.
You're very quick to identify with us again as soon as you need us.
Not as soon as I need you. I know a little bit about what it is you're planning, the Ice Age. I think this could be great for the Midwest, but I think we need to handle it with caution. You've been isolating for so long, you don't know what's going on up on the surface, and I'd like to help.
That's not true. I know a lot more than you might give us credit for.
I was told you didn't even want to tell them that you were planning this.
No, because I prioritize the people here.
And I think we can do both. But the purpose of government isn't to hide away and preserve itself, it's to help people, it's to administrate.
I wholeheartedly agree.
And what you're planning isn't doing that yet, but I think we could. I'd like to help with that, President. That's why I say we. I have resources I could offer. I have been on the surface. I have been getting involved. 2 people per state isn't a lot, no, but Polis is probably the widest reaching organization up on the surface. I mean, that's been the entire point, is there hasn't been a United States, and so we've been trying to tie things back together in a way that...
Are you here as a representative of Polis?
No, I'm here because I wanted more information, and because...
I didn't ask
Maybe we should
why
be all right.
you're here. I'm asking who you are here for.
Isn't myself enough?
No. You've identified yourself with 2 organizations already. Which means you're most likely going to report your information to them.
I don't
Who
have
gets
to do
the
that.
information? Really? Why?
Because I don't know enough to report yet. I don't have a full grasp of the situation. I would like to learn more about exactly what it is you're trying to do and how you're trying to do it.
So as soon as you find out that you disagree with our plan, you tell someone else, no?
No, I try and get you to change it for the better.
And if we don't,
then you're not acting much like a government. I know the people here just as well as you do. I don't believe everyone here would want to see everyone on the surface suffer.
we can hash out the details later, but right now your credibility is on the line, Miss Ortega. Not a philosophical debate. The last message you sent the Enclave as a whole was regarding the events that transpired at Poem Book.
You deserve to know.
Do you have anything you wish to add to the narrative you gave to us?
No, I told you everything you needed to know. Unless you have specific questions, which I'd be happy to answer. I told you what I thought the families would need to know. Bring a little closure.
I think we have what we need to know. And I just wanted to give you a chance, just in case anything else has surfaced.
The reason I haven't contacted you in that long is to protect you as much as anything else.
Roll a general persuasion check. This is not necessarily for this statement, but for your credibility as a whole. I will allow you to use barter.
Yes. Excellent.
But this should absolutely be charisma.
Yes, I understand. Oh, shame. That's still 2. Shut up, Barter.
Okay, noted. Hidden successes, so.
Interesting. Okay.
Well then, we never really had a chance to express what we viewed about that situation. It's been nearly 10 years now, correct?
7.
7. Well, I can... Nearly 10 years. You drew some of our best. Some of the most brightest people we had in the Enclave. And they can't speak up for themselves anymore. But they made their decision. And as far as I am concerned, all I see this is a failed operation. You did separate from us, but your Enclave. You made a decision that you would try to be a generous hand to the wasteland, and instead it bit back. I'm going to say that I'm not holding you accountable for what happened, but I am absolutely going to take a lesson from this, and I think you should too, especially considering you're already talking about Mr. Mittens! A cat pounces onto the desk.
Oh, he wasn't kidding.
Just like a striped gray cat.
Is
This is an important conversation, Mr. Mittens. Please excuse us. And the cat immediately jumps down and skitters off behind her desk.
That's new.
Your father has... Well, he's always been fond of strange experiments.
He created a cat.
He did, which I suppose good on him for bringing back an extinct species.
Cat from scratch or cat from the box?
Now,
President Adlerman, I don't want you to see what happened at Palm Book as just a failure. It may have shown that the wasteland isn't entirely hospitable to new ideas, but what I'd like you to take from this is that some of the best and brightest here thought that we had a responsibility for other people, not just ourselves. That the purpose of the Enclave was always to come back out eventually and start leading again.
I wholeheartedly agree.
I think what we have here could be helpful to everyone, especially now that I've lived up there. Just consider that. We're not the only ones that matter.
What are you proposing?
I'd like to be of help. I'd like to help you announce the plan, maybe not who's originating it or where you are, but help evacuate people from the region you want to freeze. We can take one region at a time, maybe even cleanse the entire United States. I mean, I know my father's had 40 to 50 years a region. It would take time, but I think we could do lasting good without hurting people, or at least keeping it to a minimum. Do more good than harm.
What do you think about the people that want to kill us? What do you
I
think about the
say-
people that raid and steal and pillage?
I say I don't think they've got much on a laser defense system.
Did your mother explain that part of the plan was using Ethereum to deal with threats such as the Brotherhood of Steel?
Targeting them with the weather.
Correct. I'd love to see what a tornado can do to an airship. And I'd frankly like to live out the rest of my years in safety and freedom. And while people like that are above, that's not something we can enjoy.
I think you've got the perfect position to not need to defend quite as much, but I do think it would be an effective strategy if anyone was to try to attack us. I have no problem with that.
They have tried to attack us. They've killed our best and brightest, as you mentioned. And they've been the reason we've had to scour in a cave for hundreds of years.
I think the radiation has had as much to do with that as the Brotherhood. I think you and I both know we could have taken them out if we wanted to.
I suppose you didn't study current events as closely. We tried. long before you were born. It was costly. The Brotherhood switched as a vast empire ruling over swaths of the Midwest. They grew too fast, but they're still here. They need to be squashed completely.
It's a different discussion. And I think I align with you anyways, but it's a different discussion.
Well, how do you propose we inform the Midwest to just pick up their things and leave? Who's going to abide by that kind of message?
Well, I think anyone with a little self-interest would for the first part.
True, but we want some people to not abide by it.
If we want to take out the Brotherhood, freezing them out isn't the way to do that. It starts getting too chilly, they're going to leave on their own.
Well, that was the idea from the start, is we're just going to make it chilly for the rest of them.
I think other people are going to need more time to pick up their lives and leave. Not everyone has the infrastructure the Brotherhood of Steel does, but there is infrastructure coming back. There are people like the Union Railroad system, like Polis, that could help evacuate people safely with a little time.
I think the only situation where I could consider doing something like that is if they recognized our leadership. Because I think
you better
that...
start leading before you do that.
What do you think we've been doing? Why are we doing this? To
Preserving.
lead.
I think we've been hiding. I think we've been preserving. I think we've been doing something good, but we're not doing what we need to now.
That's what we're doing with Ethereum.
And that's wonderful. I think that's a great step to be taking. I think that's incredible. I don't think we can ask people to acknowledge our leadership if we haven't stepped up and started leading yet. I think asking them to do that or freeze, leave behind their homes on little to no warning because they won't acknowledge a sovereignty we haven't exercised yet isn't the way to go.
You've made your point. That will be all on that issue. I hope you do remember that though we are welcoming you back within our fold, you don't exactly have the most present voice now.
I understand that, and I'm not trying to shout you or anyone else out. I'm just trying to offer a perspective you might not have. Being someone who's lived on the surface for longer than anyone here, I'd like to help, like I said.
Yes, you've stated your opinion. For now, there is a matter that I think would greatly benefit from your voice. And that is the matter of Peter Fletcher.
Yes.
So I hear that you knew him.
I've met him. Not been on the best of terms. If you're thinking about inducting him into the Enclave, I would warn you against it. He doesn't really play nice with others. Among other things.
How so?
I think he might give you lip service at first. I think he might join. But I think any attempt to join would just be an attempt to gain power, to gain a foothold again. Gnosis was on the run before you picked Pete Fletcher up. On their last legs. He's lost power, and now he's going to be looking for a way to regain it. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth if he says he can help.
Well, then what is his motivation? What is he striving to do?
He wants to... What does everyone want to do? He wants to purify the wasteland. He's using his C-24 to select those who are worthy of continuing in the wasteland and those who aren't.
Mm-hmm.
To create a better, stronger group of people. It's cruel.
Has he said what standards he uses to evaluate people?
I'm sorry, I'm fuzzy. Or does it self-select based off of like lack of radiation, or like does it self-select based off?
It's more who he deems worthy.
But I mean, does
both based on your genetics and your... In theory, it should be genetics, but in practice, he chooses people like Minos.
I think what he says and what he does are two different things there. He says he's selecting based off of worthiness, intelligence, genetics. It's not how it actually plays out. He just plays God with it. Picks whoever he wants to have around. Leaves everyone else to suffer. He was from a vault that did extensive genetic culling.
Can you be
That
more
speaks for
specific
itself.
on that? Can you directly say that he's the kind of person that would kill without mercy and has done that in the past? Well, let me rephrase the question. Do you think he's a criminal?
Absolutely.
What laws has he broken?
I don't think the Wasteland is governed by laws much these days, but he has hurt people who haven't deserved it, and he would continue to.
Hurt how? Killed or just assaulted? The law is a reassuring black and white.
Well, he tried to kill me and his own brother,
Why did
For
he try
what?
to kill you?
because I was there with his brother.
Why does he want to kill his brother?
Because his brother was the biggest mistake he ever made. His brother was the one person that his vault didn't cull, and he got the flack for it.
And so now he's trying to cull his brother.
He doesn't believe he's worthy. He sees it as putting him out of his own misery. That is the kind of perspective Pete Fletcher is coming from.
Roll another persuasion check. Charisma, barter, or speech.
Oh, barter. Absolutely barter.
You-
I think biological warfare breaks a number of laws, actually.
well, I mean,
Depends.
I mean, it is-
Enclave will do biological warfare.
That is just one this time.
Wow, not very charismatic.
We weren't planning on just inducting him, but he's been looking for us.
Yes. Like I said, Gnosis is on its last legs. He's looking for another leg up. Discovering the Enclave would be a leg up.
Well, he's been looking for us for months now. It's not just in his dire moments that he called to us.
He's delusional. He's going to try and use you.
This is all good to know. I'll make sure and tell Elaine all of this before she interrogates him. Do you happen to have the recipe for C24?
I do. And I think you're going to get it from him anyways. But like I told my mother, I think the cost of that is a lot more pressing than the benefit. I don't think it's worth keeping it in existence. I understand the need to have technological supremacy. I understand the want to hold on to it, but I would advise against using it.
Why? What's wrong with it?
We have talked about this. It's just been so long. Why do we not like C24?
Because they practiced
Drugs.
eugenics.
It kind of is eugenics.
It kind of was killing Jerry for the last few years.
Well,
It was eugenicizing
like I
Jews.
said, it doesn't work for everyone. It selects those who are genetically able to handle it, and it enhances them, and it kills everyone else.
Is there any sort of way to screen for this? To make sure that we don't give it to the wrong people?
I'm
When I
not
say
sure what
wrong,
the
I don't
qualifications
mean
are.
the ones we choose in our godlike power. I mean the people that
I
won't die
appreciate
if they
that.
take it.
I don't know. I haven't really researched into exactly how it chooses, how it doesn't. I've just seen examples.
Well, sounds like you need the best scientists in the country to take a look at it.
Wonder where I could find those.
The mall.
That wasn't a joke.
I think it's something that we at least need to look at carefully. And I fully believe that we have the resources to do that.
If it is something that could be harmful, then I see no reason why we shouldn't just research how to make it safe.
I'm still surprised you would use something like the reduced evolutionary virus.
The REV is one of the most potent yet controlled things that I've heard of in my entire life. We did try the FEV, or at least the West Coast branch attempted to.
Well, but when have we agreed with the other branches?
Well, it was an experiment on the West, and aside for making extremely terrifying Secret Service agents, it was, I'd say, a failure. But we have eyes on the outside, and we've seen what C-24 can do. It's not making super mutants. It's making... well, no better way to say it. I suppose just warriors. But warriors that are not unthinking.
We've never relied on brute strength before.
We haven't. That's true.
I don't think we need to now.
I think we do. Because we've been relying on cunning and hiding for far too long. And there are now less than 100 of us.
So let's start relying on lasers.
Well, that too, but C-24 makes you more
Tornadoes,
adept
maybe.
with lasers. All I'm saying is that if any of our agents, your mother included, are in a combat situation, it makes sense to use everything we have at our disposal to make sure that they end out alive.
I'm not saying we can't use it. I'm just saying I wouldn't expect it to be a short-term project. I think there's thorough testing we would need to do, thorough evaluation of what exactly it does long-term to the body. This is a new thing, and I'm not exactly sure how much long-term testing they could have done.
I don't know if we have extensive time for long terms, but your father is good under pressure.
I know. All I'm saying is that I don't think we're going to need C-24 to push us over the edge. I think if you've got laser defense systems and the ability to send tornadoes that are enemies, I don't think you're going to need to be a little buffer. So we have time.
Miss Ortega, I am not in this position because I come up with the best plan. Or because whatever I say is always the best. I am in this position because I am prepared when those plans fail. I need to be someone with a plan B, C.
So let's stick this somewhere around to E and call it a day. I don't think we'll get that far back.
Very well. But we do have a rather potent way of testing things quickly with human subjects now.
I've heard.
Your mother has been rather agreeable with any stuff like that, but then again, having her husband ask for it does tend to help.
I think she's always let my father get away with a little bit more than is maybe wise, but it's benefited all of you.
It has. Now, I believe that's all I have. So, thank you for stopping by, I suppose.
If there's anything else I can do to help, or if it would be helpful for me to talk to the captain about some of this, just let me know.
Talk to the who?
There's a cabinet, right?
Yes, there. Sorry, I heard captain, and I'm like, the captain? The captain. Who's the captain? Very well.
For the meanwhile, I won't ask for all of the answers yet, but is it all right if I take a look at my father's lab? I'd like to see what he's been up to.
I believe you have an appointment with the Secretary of State first.
Who's the Secretary of
It's
State?
Martin. Just get in here, Martin. Boop. You would see Martin Purcell.
I survived.
So I hear. Well, Janie's been itching to see you again. Follow me.
Oh, is that the appointment?
That's right.
It's much more pleasant
Not
than I was
official.
expecting. All right. Well, it was actually very good talking with you, President Atherman.
Yes. Good day, Miss Ortega. Mr. Mittens. That is Martin petting the cat. You are the greatest. You are the greatest.
Slowly extend the hand. Try to
Mr. Martin.
Mr. Mittens is very soft.
Oh, well, this isn't so bad.
He's great. Okay, let's get out of here. All right. So with that, we will switch back to the other group.
I get anyone
So-
to genetically engineer and craft a cat from scratch for me.
Just meet my father. He's already done it once.
I know. I could have a couple clones too.
I believe we ended with you all still just in the general Chicago wastes. You all were talking through what are we gonna do next. I believe what you decided on was getting extra supplies and getting Avrancev.
I think we were gonna pick because he's at the station, right? The Union
Correct.
station. I think we were gonna pick him up. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Sounds
I
good.
believe I had brought up the museum as well.
Yeah, we were discussing. We were thinking of going
How
to
are
the
you guys
museum.
picking
Okay,
him up?
I think
yes,
we were
that's
just gonna pick up Avrancev.
Right.
and go
Avrancev,
there.
then go to the
Yeah.
museum. Yep. If you do want weapons, though, now is probably the time to reach
Oh,
out
yeah,
to Barnes.
last supply check.
Yeah,
Do they have grenade launchers?
Do they have fusion cores?
probably. Yep.
They use more just bullets. The
I'm not
44s.
gonna roleplay this, but it would be Barnes on the line, I suppose.
Box is on the line.
Barnes on the wall.
It would be just a shortwave communication system, so not the broadband that most Pip-Boys can pick up, but something a little special that Julian hooked your Pip-Boys up to, and his own radio system works with. You know what? Considering you're about to ask for 2 grenade launchers, I would like to roleplay this.
Wait, we're asking for 2 grenade launchers.
Wait, where
What was the second one for?
That's a good question. Jerry just said grenade launchers, plural.
Oh no, I asked if they had them. I was only gonna ask
Oh,
for
okay,
one.
all right.
Grenade launchers for all.
I want to be considerate. I don't want to take all.
Okay, what do you want?
You get a grenade launcher.
Look on
You
your
get
seats.
grenade
Uh,
launchers.
Could I have a grenade launcher, please?
Wow. Very polite of you. Fine.
Thank you.
Could
Lovely
I please
roleplay
have
session.
some
Thank
more
you.
Magnum
I feel like we're like I feel like we're at McDonald's. Like, can I get a large fry and a grenade launcher?
Sure thing.
Comes in the Happy
The
Meal.
number 3 grenade launcher.
How many
Hey,
do I get?
You'll see.
Okay.
Margie, you need anything from
I just need some fusion cores.
McBarnell's?
How many fusion cores can I get?
That I'm gonna have to charge you for.
Oh.
Discounted price, though. 50 caps apiece.
I don't know how much money they have because I lost my character.
That's 50% off.
Oh, you don't know how many caps you have?
I have no idea.
Wasn't Margie like insanely broke?
I could
though?
buy some.
Always.
Tabs is gonna step forward and be like, I got you, Margie. Don't worry about it. I got plenty of caps. 'Cause I have like 300 caps. So,
How many are you getting?
How many are you paying for?
be reasonable, but treat yourself.
They're
Treat
$5.
yourself.
Treat yourself to
I have
fusion
779 caps. I forgot I found all that money in the safe.
core. Oh, yeah.
Remember?
That's right. Yeah, and Vault-Tec
I found like
is too.
$200 and it's yeah. So I'm like,
You're a flush.
I like. Don't worry, it's on me. It's on the house.
Check a privilege.
6 fusion cores, please.
I was gonna say 4.
4. Get as many as you want. I found that money. Remember?
Okay.
How many should I get?
You're the engineer. I can't do math. I can't on my fingers.
They're half off. Treat yourself. Might as
Treat
well get 2.
yourself.
Well, I was thinking 4. No,
Okay.
it's 6. Well,
What about 5? It's in the middle.
So that's 250
Yeah.
caps from you.
50.
250.
250.
yeah, I'm getting 5.
Okay.
5 fusion cores. What
Big spender.
are you using those for?
Our fan and the power armor.
Fair enough. Okay. Anything else? Tabs, did you want bullets?
I have bullets. Let's see. I have 29 bullets.
Can never have too many bullets.
I'll get more
Get more
bullets.
bullets.
Can I have grenades for the grenade launcher, please?
Yeah, those are included in the bundle.
Okay. How,
We have
okay.
this- we have
How
this-
much? How much?
How much are bullets free? Are
the same
they?
shape.
He's just lumping them in. Yeah, for
Okay.
for small amounts of regular,
How many
easy to find
bullets
ammunition.
am I getting?
He picks for the grenade launcher.
your rifle.
He didn't tell Pix how much ammo he would be giving. So
Okay, guys, I'll use
Fire
the peaceful
308.
option, but don't make me
Yeah.
mad.
Can I get some 308?
yep.
Huh?
how much.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Shotgun shells.
Well, I'll add some shotgun shells in with it.
Fine. Wow, you guys are loaded for bear.
You have some medical chems?
How many shotgun shells in?
Stim packs.
Yeah, those things.
Those will cost you.
How much?
Those are a little in higher demand. Because you have the cap collector perk, I'll knock off 5 caps.
Being manipulated by me.
You can find them.
35
It's
apiece.
collector. There was like, I respect that.
So
What's
Kathy
the
put a
missile
stash,
launchers?
like,
I get like,
yeah,
I think it's probably a
Within
weaker
maybe I'll
version
get
of that.
Exactly.
two of those.
that's one of my favorite
I never
movies.
created a sheet for it. It's really good.
Okay.
I can tell that you were inspired
How many
by
ammos am I
Yes.
getting?
for a long time. You've probably been.
You will see later.
Okay.
You just ask for ammo, and he's gonna give an appropriate amount that he deems fit.
Okay.
When did you first decide that you wanted the 2 mismatched chairs?
What are the combat stats for
Actually,
grenade
more
launcher? I'm
recently
guessing it's
than I
like the missile launcher but weaker.
Bingo. It is the missile launcher, but it has 6 damage die instead of 11.
Okay.
And it is a medium range weapon instead of a far one, which
Okay.
the missile launcher is.
Just like you just thought of
You
it.
can also, if you so desired, saw it off
Just
and
do
make a
it.
grenade
It's
pistols,
not that it
but I
wouldn't
would not
be
recommend
that
doing
bad.
that.
Yeah, I'd rather not.
There's a legendary one of that somewhere in this campaign called Danger Close.
Oh, no.
That'll be our next duo dynamic.
That's a bad idea. It has the blast quality, so it affects enemies in a zone rather than just
Okay.
single targets. So
And it uses perception,
We see
right?
that
that's
other-
correct, it does.
So many more varied dynamics.
Explosives and energy weapons use perception as their base stat, unless you really want to argue another stat into using
Yeah, we're
e-weapons.
so good.
Does it use energy weapons or explosives?
Especially in the
Explosives.
same room.
Okay.
Everyone's like, wow, you're at opposites in some ways. So like, some of that should keep
All right.
get together.
You can pick up all these items at the drugstore at the location you're heading to.
Ah, yes. SVC.
I'm excited to meet that clerk who just handles this. I'm at the drugstore and I have all these weapons.
Check the,
Privilege.
look
Check
for a
the
steamer
privilege.
trunk. All right, over and out. There you go. Okay.
Oh, also at some point, I think I'm gonna make this a letter because I don't really necessarily want to make this a scene. The Pix would write a letter to. Is Timmy like
Is who?
electronics boy?
Tommy
Tommy?
Electronics?
Electronics.
Is he around here? Like
Timmy
is he-
Electronics. boy.
Okay.
Timmy
Close
Electronics.
I'm gonna actually it makes sense to have this as a letter. Basically, I'm gonna write a letter, and basically what I say
Timmy
is,
Electronics.
I apologize for throwing a drink in his face. I say, I shouldn't. Basically, I kind of say, hey, I think there are more. I shouldn't be making enemies, and even if I don't agree with, let's agree to disagree on stuff, because we need more allies than we need enemies. Sincerely, Pix. I would offer another drink, but that sounds weird, so I won't do that. I'll throw a drink in my face next chance I get, and we'll be even. Sincerely, Pix. Just give that to someone to give to him.
You're kind of in the middle of nowhere right now, but spoiler alert, he's at Union Station.
Okay.
You can
So
just
you'll
tell
be
them in
seeing him
person.
soon.
So I'll stealth it.
Or you could just, there you go, reverse pickpocket.
I try to look at Tabs and say, Tabs, can you deliver this letter, aka sneak it into Tommy Electronics' bag?
Is he with us?
No, he's
Mm-mm.
gonna be at Union
He left a while back.
Stations.
Oh.
And here's this grenade to also put in his pocket.
There's also a grenade.
Has a little, like,
Now you
sure
have to
to
pull
pull the
this
pin.
thing when you leave. It doesn't do anything because it's a dive.
You can do that in Fallout, and it is so fun.
You can reverse pickpocket a grenade in it?
Yes, you can.
Oh, yeah.
It's a perk, but you can do it.
That's my favorite way to assassinate the president of the NCR in New Vegas.
What's this? A live grenade? Ah!
Exactly. All right, so you guys are heading to Union Terminal right now?
I think that would be the wisest course of action.
Okay. For the sake of Amy to get things done this session, I'll just have Tabs do a perception check.
Alright.
reduced difficulty by 1 because of corn cob.
2 successes.
Only
sure
two.
that's
Two.
not?
4.
Is your
Oh,
tagged?
I
That's
forgot.
4.
I got the
Gosh.
It's been a while, guys. New house. Who this?
Who
It's
how
gonna be like the
Who
Batman
doused this?
scene with
Who
like,
doused
when he
this?
uses
Who
the,
miss?
the sonar.
Who
He
dis?
knows
What-
everything.
Who
were
is
you
that?
using?
Shish.
What check was this?
I'll
Perception.
have,
Perception,
Plus
survival.
survival, right?
Yeah, that's
So, yeah.
gonna be 4
Two,
success.
4 successes.
4 total?
Finish my movie.
Minus difficulty by 1?
That's
Got
not
two
that's not
fives.
including corn cob.
So it's technically,
I don't know.
5.
even if the difficulty was 5, you would achieve that. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Sometimes I lose the
You guys are walking down one of these used to be streets, but now it's just completely covered in rubble. And
it's like nonsense noises. I can't
it's
actually.
quite surprising. You spot a sniper in
She's like,
a building a few blocks away. He's wearing what looks to be some kind of urban ghillie suit. And it's not even a scope glint that gives him away. You just spot him like, that's person shaped, and that's the barrel of a rifle.
she's got like
Uh, you can see, it's clear they have spotted you, but you see the rifle barrel just aim up.
That works for most situations.
she's gonna be like,
Yeah, they're holstering it.
I had that for
So,
2
they're what?
hours.
holstering, or shouldering
They're
it.
like, I'm not
So,
gonna shoot you.
correct. Yeah, that's it. Yep.
She's gonna like,
Yep.
is this the mysterious stranger?
No.
No.
He doesn't need a ghillie suit.
No, he comes out in a giant trench coat.
Ah.
It's a little loud.
I want more trench coats.
Like in real life or in?
In real life.
Do it.
I am gonna make a giant coat though. It's
Good.
gonna be great.
I tried them. They're not in. They just don't work anymore. I'm sorry.
What do you
I-
mean
I
trench
tried.
coats?
Yeah, maybe it's just a me thing, but
I think it's just a you thing.
Yeah.
they kind of look like you belong to an anarchist organization in the 1990s.
That's the
I
point.
wore
What
a
do you
leather
think
trench
I'm
coat.
going for? Because
You
I
like my leather trench coat.
What's that?
You like my leather trench coat.
Okay, that's true. You do look good in that.
Rachel Knierim has one that's nice. I have my Anton
She's got
one.
that
I
vibe.
don't.
I enjoy my Anton
I have
one.
mine with my anarchy symbol in the back.
I'm doing one that's like a
Well,
green-
it's not like actual anarchists. Like you're a high school anarchist that builds Doom maps in their spare time. You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
Nice.
I love our rabbit trails.
Anyway.
are we okay?
What?
Are we okay?
So we're not getting,
Not
sniped.
getting shot.
Yeah, you're not getting shot. Yep.
Not yet.
And before long, you make your way back to Union Station. Your van is out front. I believe that's where you all left it. It's either that or the pier. I'm just gonna say it's here. It's kind of like your steed in Red Dead.
Court Lawn's been driving
You're
the
like,
van
whistle
around.
the
Yeah, you just whistle in the van. Just pulls up.
It's like Cortland with a smoothie. He's like, get in, we're gonna go do science.
Get in, lizards. We're going to do science.
I've got a bag of grapes if everyone's hungry.
Grapes.
Oh.
That's not the answer. The real thing to say is we got potatoes. Get in.
Grapes and trail mix.
Yes. Table
Okay.
representation.
Yeah, but you would see the rather pockmarked station and Union members making a patrol outside. You're looking for Nico, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is he with the van?
He is not. He's actually inside, slightly recovering. He's fine now, but he was impaled by truck.
Forgot about
Oh,
that.
that's right.
He did get hit by a truck.
His truck hit a landmine after Julian ignored the mob
it was his
warning.
truck. Okay, I was here for that.
Your gate is no match. Your gate is no match for my van.
Landmines. Yep.
Landmine. Mistakes have been made. I have done something wrong in this campaign.
Yes.
I was like,
Oh.
yeah, there's that.
I guess that was an immoral thing.
Good on you for not meta playing, though. You were just like,
I know that's so easy when you don't remember.
yep. Okay. All right. Well, Nico would see you all. Oh, hey, you guys are back.
Yeah, you doing better, Nico?
Yeah, much better.
No infections.
No. I'm all good. Where's Julian?
I don't know. Where did Julian go?
We know that she went to see her mom, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, oh, she went to see her. She went to see her mom. Probably not to tell anyone anything important or like give them information that they should know about.
Is she gonna be okay?
Is that
It's
really
okay.
what
It's the
she went to?
Enclave. It doesn't matter.
That's why I'm asking if she's gonna be okay.
I don't think her mom wants her dead or anything.
I'd hope not. That would not.
She's gotten
nominate
herself
someone
out of
for-
enough situations.
Well, if any of the rest of our families
That's
are
true.
anything to go by, we should probably help her if she's gone too much longer.
Not my family.
Fix
My
like gives you like a
family's great.
weird look.
It's a majority thing. Not everyone.
Okay.
Most of us have somewhat dysfunctional families.
Do you have a dysfunctional family?
Yeah.
You had something with
Yeah,
your mom,
me
right?
too.
His mom is dead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
My dad's dead. I put on the mask. I put on the gas mask. I walk over to where you're at and I start talking. We should paint our masks or something. And do you want me to paint it? I could do that.
I need to.
And there's like a sideboard because she wants to lead this conversation.
Okay.
We need to go to the museum.
Which one? This is Chicago. There's like 8.
Yeah, which one was it?
I believe it was the Weather Museum, right? The old science
There's
museum.
a science
Yes.
House New
There it
Days.
is.
It has a weather exhibit. That's what Cortland was
Correct.
excited
The
about.
Columbian Museum of Science, Industry, and Natural History.
Also,
It's
also it's likely booby trapped, so be careful.
Oh, okay.
What do we do?
Oh, great.
Don't rip your chest open again.
Oh,
Okay. Well, I mean, given that it's a museum, it's probably not just tripwires and more security systems, which, I mean, I'm sure Julian would be better for that, but I know a thing or two about computers.
We could use your help. Supposedly, this is, well, wherever this leads, it's how Nelson keeps coming back from the dead. You weren't here for this.
What?
Apparently, the 9 Lives has died multiple times. Something keeps bringing him back, and we figured out
it's
it's
the
in the
name.
museum.
Well, that wasn't on my 2093 bingo card.
Has he ever been shot
Or,
in the
sorry,
head?
2023.
Not the Frankie's
I'm
one.
200 years old.
2093 is coming up.
2298.
Ah,
You're
there it is.
all wrong.
So he's never died of brain damage.
It's got to be something different than the auto dock they use, because if they could use that, they would just use that.
I'm just wondering, because if it's... Somehow he always has his memory, so I wonder if what would happen if he got shot in the head, if it would heal him, or if they're just... Maybe he keeps it in a computer.
I'm sure we'll find more answers in the museum.
Well, I mean, I guess I kind of always wanted to go there. It's definitely haunted, though.
There's no such thing as the supernatural. Let's go.
Pix is talking with you,
I
and
think
she's
I
like,
met the
"Oh, you can do a
Mothman
cool
once."
blending thing." What?
My
Huh?
brother said the same thing about the museum. What rumors have you heard?
Yeah.
Well, I knew a lot of people that went to the inn that I grew up on that said, yep, they're going to be the ones. They're going to be the ones that get into the museum of... the museum and totally raid it. You know, getting all the valuables and stuff. But
Did they
never return.
they all
Ever.
die?
Yep.
That's called.
You got on board with this plan very quickly for knowing that.
I did.
The last time.
Because I don't believe in the supernatural. I
Last-
believe in actual threats.
Last time we found a place where everyone was mysteriously dead, it was a puppet. Well, it was a guy with a puppet.
One of my cousins
Yeah.
said
Wait,
he met
Puppet Man?
Bigfoot and
Yeah.
Mothman in the same night.
Apparently.
You guys met the Puppet King?
We shot his hand off. I
Hmm.
forget who did.
Wow.
I did.
Oh, she shot his hand off.
Wow.
The
Okay.
puppet is no more.
Yeah. And I killed his family.
What?
Did you?
You killed his family?
The puppet's family.
Oh, okay.
They believed the puppets were enchanted, so they destroyed the rest of them.
Just to
okay.
be sure.
Well, at least one Wasteland horror story has a happy ending. If you can call that happy.
I mean,
Cut to Pix just slashing the puppet box.
and it's like the horror music. It's just like the puppets are like, oh,
Yeah.
like the faces of them.
And everything turned out okay.
Just the guy with like his hand, without hand, and he's just like,
Yep.
I don't know what we did with him, but he's definitely living a happy life.
He's doing a thumbs up, but there's no hand.
Yeah.
Dumb.
So-
Okay.
But if Al and Nelson are getting in and out of this museum, there's got to be a safe way in and
Bingo.
out.
Probably a password.
Or they have people inside.
Or they do. Either way, my legs feel up to running away again, if that's required.
Mine don't. Let's go.
It was never too dark.
All
Did I
right.
ever get my arms fixed?
Oh,
I feel like I didn't.
I
I
don't
give you
think-
like a
Can I
patch on the arm, and your arm just like
Retroactively treat her
swings.
arms.
Yes, you can retroactively. Roll intelligence medicine check.
What's the difficulty?
It is going to be.
Because it's both arms.
Is there anything else that is critically injured?
Nope, just the arms.
Okay. Difficulty is 4.
Okay, well, I'm going to re-roll this one because I can.
Can I help? I don't know if I
Can I
can
help?
do much.
No.
Are there partial successes?
No. This one is in the rules.
Okay. What happens if I fail?
You just don't fix it.
Okay. Can I argue that I fix one of the broken arms because I only got
No,
3?
because it's a check for the one that's like the one difficulty, and then it lowers the difficulty for the next check.
Bingo. That's it.
Your arms are.
I don't want to not have use.
There's always luck points, which you all did get replenished.
I'm going to use a
after-
luck point. Does anybody want to assist me with this?
I
don't think I
technically
can.
can because I have like 1 point in it. Is that right? Yes. Come on, little golden dice. Go and do something nice. We got a 7. That's not bad. This is intelligence.
Mhm.
I'm smart, so that's 1.
I got 4.
4, 5. Okay.
By the way, I didn't need you.
All right,
It's like,
one arm-
I can hold it. and then-
One arm is treated, so do keep track of that. Because if you take a hit, wound will be opened.
You're
again.
right-handed, right?
Yep.
That would have been your right.
Roll a difficulty of 3 check for the other arm.
All right, try not to move these too much. I know you're not going to listen to me, but
Help again.
I don't need it, but you can if you want.
I didn't help.
I got 3.
3, that'll cut it. Okay, both arms are treated.
Does Nico have a gun?
Good question. He has a laser pistol.
Okay.
A little tiny one, but it works.
Shoots a laser.
It is, yep.
He keeps it.
I've never seen him use one, so that's why I know.
He has not been in combat this entire campaign, unless you talk about the mine.
I was
So-
gonna give him a pipe pistol if he didn't.
Oh!
It's all I got.
That's
That's all I have that I'm willing to share.
A pipe pistol!
I have.
Thanks.
Go, big boy.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa!
Avocado.
Dang.
Thanks.
All right. Okay. So, while you guys are having this conversation, Pix, you would see Tommy walk through a
Oh
corridor.
gosh. Okay. Now Tab.
Oh no!
Tabs.
Okay. You don't
Tabs
see
is
him.
going. I'm like, I have to do this myself, so I'm going to. So here's what I'm gonna do. Just because Tabs.
Do you need
is
me
here,
to distract him?
Yes, distract him. If not, we do have Plan B where she'll come back around. So what I'm gonna do is you're gonna distract him. I'm gonna wear my mask, and if he sees me, I'm gonna go, oh, ah! And I'm gonna distract him so much that he forgets this whole situation. And
Let's
I'm
not-
gonna
This is the
let's not
traveling
let it get-
electric guitar player, right?
Yes.
That Frankie's never met. Oh my gosh, is that Tommy Victronics?
No, wait, go talk to him. Pix is just about to go when she sees Tabs come back. Goes
Yep.
back and says,
Okay.
Now, wow, he's all right. I go over to Tabs.
Okay,
I
but
know
here's
you're-
what happens. Frankie says, "Oh my gosh, is that Tommy Victronics?" And Tommy goes, smiles at you, Frankie, and then sees you.
Pix
Pix
is not
is
when he's
like,
wearing a helmet. He's wearing the mask. He's wearing the mask. You can't see.
roll an agility check. I'll allow you to use any focus or any skill that you think applies for doing
Gotta
something
do like
fast.
candy from
I mean,
the wreck.
To be
I have a
fair,
question.
she did say she was wearing the mask because she was crying about her family.
That's correct.
Oh,
Yeah, you were doing it. No, you're
So
good.
he
You're
should
good.
probably, if anything, have
okay,
to make a perception.
Can I say also, because I don't even
feel
want
like
him
I've
to know
shown
that
you
I
before.
exist here, can I do athletics and for fun and flavor,
For fun.
I have a 3 in throwing. Can I throw myself away from the scene behind a car or something?
Sure. Difficulty of 2.
Alright.
You are, even though you're wearing a mask, you have said that Pix has some pretty distinct clothing. So,
And hair.
well,
Good to go.
gas mask. It kind of flattens at least the top of it.
No, that's fair.
Back strap.
Still,
Alright.
though, it's long enough that it might.
This is Pix's fate forever because she gets an 8, which is 1, and then she gets a 14, and her throwing is 3, and her agility is 10, so she's off by 1 point.
Do you have any clothes that help with agility checks?
No.
Oh,
You don't
okay.
have any clothes?
I don't think so.
That help with agility.
Do I? Well.
You got a sweater vest? No.
Wait, didn't she have
Pre-war
No,
casual
that was
wear?
Probably
for-
makes
no,
it
that
like
was for
halfway
endurance.
behind
That was
the
endurance.
vest or behind
Yeah.
the truck.
That's right. Okay.
I'm gonna
Um,
crawl quickly. So I imagine if I may explain what happens. She jumps behind the car, but she doesn't go behind. She just goes. In
oh,
front
you
of,
guys
like-
are inside right now.
Oh, we're inside.
Yeah.
The
So
van.
there are like a bunch of beds, columns, a lot of things you can hide behind. You, Nico was on a hospital bed.
Oh.
Basically.
Oh, we're in there. Okay.
Correct.
I'm gonna. All right. So so she went. So she does like an awesome like vertical to sideways slide under the bed. Her head hits like the comic thing of her head hits like one of the bed frames and ting, and then it's just like slide under the bed. I'm just gonna hide.
Okay. You see Tommy Victronic smile at you and kind of look off to the side. Hey, so you know who I am?
Oh, I'm a big fan of your work, Tommy. Mr. Victronics. My name's Frankie.
Tommy's fine. Frankie, okay, nice to meet you.
Appreciate that.
So, you got a favorite song?
I don't know what
No,
his
that's
name's.
fine. Sorry, that was a
I don't
stupid
know
question.
that.
Maybe Frankie would. I don't know.
Frankie would. I just don't know where they're going.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Well, it's always good to meet a fan. And it's good
Hi.
to hear someone that actually listens to music. And I take it you're a friend of Pix? You don't see Pix.
Yeah, I think they ran into you a couple days ago. I was out on some other business, but
Yep, I went on a very terrible date with her, as a matter of fact.
It was like a,
Would not talk about
Jerry-
it ever again.
Jerry ran into Tommy too, didn't he?
He came.
Were you in Treasure Too?
No, he came with everybody but Frankie to the Baltic
Oh,
Regional
yeah, that's
Headquarters.
correct. Yeah.
I
Oh, hello
remember
again.
you. Yes, I look up to you.
You do?
You're my role model for snobby douchebaggery.
There it is.
I
Yeah.
like reach out, tap tabs, and I'm like, there's just a hand, so it's just a
Distracting him.
Did you guys go to that one vault that brings back old
Tabs
plants
is
and
gonna-
get all the lemons they had or something?
Slowly try to slip that.
Except for you, you're fine.
Into Tommy Victronics' pocket. Tabs' letter
Really?
picks his letter. Tabs is gonna try to just.
All right.
Where are
Stealth
we?
check, agility, sneaking.
I think I have the ghost.
Could have asked
part.
Corbin too.
did I miss something? Are you all
You have the ghost
disrespecting
bird, but
Tommy?
that's in low light.
This is not low
We
light.
have mixed
It's middle
opinions
of
on
the day.
Tommy Victronics.
Okay,
He's
whatever.
conceited.
What is it?
He's
Agility, sneak.
I don't mind him so much.
conceited.
Hmm.
He's overrated as an artist.
2 successes.
Who's your
I just
favorite
upped
artist?
My agility to 10.
Let me see.
They gotta be living.
Einstein,
2 successes. On the
Einstein.
sneak.
That's not an artist.
2 successes on the sneak.
Science.
Two?
is enough.
Yup. Because I just upped my agility, so.
What numbers? I got a 1.
I got a 12 and a 15, but my agility plus sneak is 16.
Okay. You got a critical success. You got 2 regular successes.
Does
So
anyone help by distracting him?
I will allow 1 person to distract.
I thought I was being
I think
distracted.
because Josh mentioned it and had the whole douchebag comment, you may
What was
assist.
the most distracting thing that's happened?
Charisma, speech, or any other combination that you think would be fit.
Yep, I'm gonna do charisma speech using smooth talker.
Okay. I'm not going to allow this time because you're not the initiator of this check, so you can't reduce the difficulty of a check that you're assisting.
I
with.
can't re-roll. 'Cause that's what
Oh, is
smooth
that what it
talker
does?
Yeah. Well, actually, if it's
Sure.
contested, because I'm assuming
It is
he's
contested.
yeah, it's contested. So I'm assuming.
I've never crossed
Yeah,
Is
you
that
can
fun to
reroll.
watch, too?
Yeah, I just thought that was a reduce the
Like,
difficulty.
No.
repetitive,
Alright,
satisfying
tabs.
comedy. Yeah.
You got to roll for stealth.
I already did.
Yeah,
Oh, she did?
right.
Two
She got 2
successes
successes and
and
he
a
got 1
snicky
critical.
snicky.
So you got to get a success.
Well, I got 1.
Okay, that'll cut it.
I would not.
There are a couple close calls as you're slipping it into like his. He's got a pack. There's a couple times where he leans out of the way and you're like, ugh. But you do successfully slip it in.
Just for, like, all the
It was
way.
his comment that did that.
His comic?
No, it was Jerry's comment
Oh.
that did it.
So what are you all up to now? Where you headed?
Tommy Victronics.
What? Yep.
Because he was there at Voltec Regional Headquarters.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. I can't remember if it was him. You guys might have been Treasure Tent or not.
Well, we
I
did
was
at
like-
first, and then he came to help
Ah.
us with the headquarters because he's also Polis.
You all were mean to him?
I wasn't.
He was mean
I
to
wasn't
us.
much.
Bring Tommy Victronis to the Enclave and be like, look, this is Polis.
No. Baby Cosmo. Not
We're off to
Tommy.
make the world a
Oh,
better
gosh,
place.
Cosmo
You should try
fun.
that sometime.
All right, Grandpa, cool it. We're going to a museum.
Okay, which one?
A
The art museum.
really cool museum. I don't remember
Oh,
what it
don't
is.
go to the art museum. Nah.
We'll take that into consideration. Thank you.
Just some raiders
I thought
turned
we
it
were
into
going to
some
a
weird
history
avant-garde, like, gore art thing. Not a fan.
Oh,
That's not art.
that does
Yes.
sound pretty. Wait, you said Raiders are there?
Yeah.
Nothing we can't handle. Let's go.
No.
That's
Noted.
activated.
It's just like death.
Please burn that place to the ground if you get a chance.
I will actually do that if given the opportunity. Thank you for the suggestion.
The world will be a better place. There you go. You're doing what you're out for. Well, it was good to meet you, Frankie.
Tommy, sounds like you've had some interesting interactions with my friends, but you wouldn't mind signing something for me, would you?
Oh, absolutely.
And Frankie would find.
And they're all fine. It's a tough wasteland out there, you know?
Frankie would try to find the cleanest sheet of paper he has.
All right. You would get an autograph.
Yes. Add it to my.
Any
collection.
message you want?
Nothing specific.
Okay. To Frankie. Keep on franking.
Wow, so deep. I'm so inspired and moved.
Hey, I didn't show it to you. You're not getting an autograph. Have a good day, Frankie.
You as well, Tommy.
Have a bad day, Frank. Tommy.
And he walks away.
Almost like
All
the
right.
Freudian slip.
You guys have everything you need.
If you had a hat, I'd throw it off your head.
He does have a hat on. He's gonna flip your hat
Oh no,
off too.
my bald spot.
It's like ballistic
Bald
weave.
spot,
It's
too.
Your head. Ow! Ballistic weave hat.
Pix crawls out from the under the bed, grabs the hat, puts it on, gets up,
Yours probably has
Which hat?
weave on it.
Frankie's or Jerry's? They're both on the ground.
grabs
And they both have ballistic weave, actually.
Two plastic wave hats. Your loss is Pix's gain.
Pix is now wearing two hats.
She now starts trembling from the power from both these hats. Takes it off.
How did Team Fortress 2 get in here? Get out of here.
I once read this picture book as a child about this guy that sold hats on his head.
Yes,
And you
yes.
have, like,
The
a
monkeys.
stack,
Right, yeah,
And
yeah.
then the monkeys like steal the hat and then they like mock him and he gets mad and throws
Throws
the hat on
it
the ground and they
down.
all throw the hats on the ground. He's
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh. And then
So
that's the
good.
end of the book.
Yep.
But he just walks around with like 50 hats on his head.
Does he ride around on a bike too? I feel like I remember a bike in that.
I think
I don't
he
even
does
know what
have
it
a
was
bike,
called.
and it's like at one point, and you're just like, he does this and he has a bike.
Yeah.
That's the coolest guy ever.
I don't even know the name of the book. I think it was like the man
NPC.
with 50 hats or
So are we on our
Maybe
way
that's
to the
Kenny
museum?
Electronics.
Yeah.
Correct. Are you all taking the
I
van?
like to think he's a fallen
Is this a
shit.
place where we could take the van
With
to?
50 hats on his head.
You'd have to go around Chicago. So around most of the inner city.
What time is it?
That's a good question. I don't remember what time we ended last session. Oh wait, the meeting was at like noon, so it's like, let's say 4 o'clock right now.
Do we have time to take it all the way around the city?
What it was.
It would be faster to just walk there.
We don't have much time.
You know
before
what?
dark.
No, it's probably the same. It's just all about what would you prefer to deal with. Would you prefer to walk or would you prefer to drive?
I fill it in.
Well, if we find anything good in there, it might be good to have the van on us.
True.
And if we need to run, it'd be good to have the van too.
I root for that.
It's more satisfying.
Van?
Fan.
All right, who's driving?
Excuse you.
I have a
Van
pilot
Bus.
skill.
Okay.
And
roll
your arms about you.
roll a
My
pilot
arms are
check.
like,
Pix says, I'll take shotgun. Grabs.
Mine too.
Oh,
All I
wait,
did
do we
was
have
look at
Portland
TV.
with us? Gotta double check.
We like
always-
do. We did like the thing. We look in
Do
the
we
back
have
of the car.
Corlon?
One,
Do we have
two.
Nico? Do we not have Tommy? I'm kidding. I like
Got my
Tommy.
gun, got my
I
corn
hate Tommy.
cob.
Perception plus pilot skill.
there's no
I'm
way to
piloting a
lose.
van.
Do we have
Difficulty is
Hennig?
1.
Oh, well, that's all I got.
We better have
Hennig's
Hennig.
a
just
good
one.
Okay. All right.
Hennig is a good boy.
So you guys are ready to go. You start the van. it leaves Union Station, and as soon as you round the corner, you scream on the brakes immediately because you see a very particular Mr. Gutsy right in your way. If you had got a 0, you totally would have ran into him.
No.
You see he has on one of his claw arms a chain attached to a guy.
He took a slave. Should we leave him alone for 1 minute?
Hey, I'm walking here.
I look out and say,
How American of him.
"Oh, Sergeant Corporal, it's us."
Oh, you guys got a van.
We do. You have
A prisoner.
a intern.
This communist isn't an intern. This is my prisoner of war.
Ah, what did he do?
Yes, prisoner of
Trespassed on a military base.
Ah.
Deliver copies to the different
How?
What does this guy look like?
Yeah. So this is honestly, it looks like a kid. He's like maybe 18 or 19. He's wearing what looks to be like a caravaneer outfit. So like Brahmin skin leather. It looks like he has traveled very far. Looks slightly Western. He's wearing a wide-brimmed hat. He's got like long blonde hair, and he is like 18 or 19.
Not my
Definitely
dad.
not Marky's dad.
Just kidding.
Marge is like, I am 3.
Yeah, plot twist, Marky's just like 3 toddlers in a trench coat this whole time.
Margie's like,
Could
I popped
you,
out the womb and got
get Sergeant Corporal to
shot
stand
across the U.S.
What?
Could you get Sergeant Corporal
That was a
to
horrible bit.
relax a little?
I don't want to. What's in my head? What have you done?
Sergeant, why do you have a person? Well, you guys tasked me with finding out what happened to Lieutenant Commander Blakely.
Did
This
he kill
person
him?
was no. Lieutenant Commander Blakely has been dead for 200 years. Gone but not forgotten. But this person was trespassing at the base that Lieutenant Commander Blakely was stationed at.
Okay.
Who is it?
Coast Guard Station Gallipanipper. Wait, Gallinipper. Gallinipper. Final answer.
What's the person's name?
My name is River Thatcher. Can you let me go?
Oh gosh. I like open up the card.
Well done.
Hold on, this is a
Hold on.
dangerous communist you're
Hold
dealing
on.
with.
Well done,
Well done.
Sergeant Corporal.
Mhm.
You've accomplished your mission. We'll take the prisoner from here.
We'll have to do some.
Jerry, you're not my commanding officer. You should know that by now.
Or am I?
No.
Gaslighting him?
You have any identification that says so?
CIA doesn't let us.
Roll the persuasion.
Yeah, Jerry.
Go Jerry.
Impersonating
Go
a CIA
Jerry.
agent was not on my cold front bingo card.
Okay, what's the difficulty for this?
3.
Next
What's
session.
the-
Well,
Next
that's
time.
what I got.
Next
So.
time.
Okay.
With table talk, what were you thinking?
What?
Like, and then just press start.
You've been a spook this entire time?
Yes, and you've done your job well, Sergeant
Of
Corporal.
course, the CIA comes in and takes my prisoner. Fine.
We have to do the anti-brainwashing stuff, so that's why we're.
What? You're the CIA. You do the brainwashing stuff. Well,
We have to
yes.
brainwash him into being a
Please
capitalist.
Yeah. I like wink at
Listen,
the guy and
we
wink
don't
at
brainwash people. We convince them.
Yes, we're going to convince him that communism is bad and that American capitalism is the proper way that.
Sergeant, could we just talk to him? Sure. All right, take it, you spook.
All right,
Disconnects the chain. Do you have water?
Oh, fix.
we'll see you, communist.
Frankie does have purified water. He will give. He will
He's
give
gonna
one
take him.
to.
He's gonna take him into the back of the truck where Sergeant Corporal can't see us and give him some water.
Okay.
Which is like-
Frankie, are you giving your water?
Yeah, yeah.
Face like we're so sorry.
Robots. This is why organisms are much better.
That sounds racist, but that's an opinion.
All right,
I mean, it's a robot.
who are you and what were you doing?
I'm River Thatcher. Hi. I was at a military base, a Coast Guard base, and
Would I recognize the name? 'Cause I just realized it sounds like it's familiar.
yeah, you recognize the name. This is one of the people on that list of 9 that you were told to look out for.
Okay.
One other detail: he is wearing a white armband that has what looks to be a red square cross centered inside what looks to be some sort of symbol of like a drop of blood, almost like that.
So like a variant of what
a medic
Jerry
program.
has.
Yeah, but it's the blood drop is a little weird. That's not on typical
Okay.
medical or medic armbands. The armband was going to be red with white in the center, but then I realized that looks terrible. So, because of history.
Mhm.
Okay, next.
Are you a medical person?
Yeah, I'm a follower of the apocalypse. Kind of.
So he's Mormon? Aren't they Mormons?
No, they're not.
No? Where are
What
they the
what are
Mormon
the
for
fol-
then?
Do we know what the followers of the apocalypse?
They just occupied the Mormon fort.
Oh, I thought they were Mormons.
If anyone knows about them, it's you. But I don't. You would have vaguely heard of them as a. What's the word to describe purely good, altruistic organization in the West that's dedicated to educating people, to providing Medicare. Medicare is the name of
Medical care.
government medical care. There it is. Sorry, I like shortening things.
Do you qualify for Medicare? The enclave says no.
So they're just, it sounds like they're
Some
the Union,
Medicare.
but for the West.
Kind of.
Nice.
Yep. But bit of an offshoot of them, though.
Were you traveling with like about 9 others?
Yeah. I was.
I've met a couple.
Who'd you meet? Oh, please tell me it wasn't Jorge.
I met Jorge.
Oh.
He wasn't the first though.
Okay. Huh. Well, I'm glad you got out alive of meeting Jorge. That guy sucks.
Are the rest okay? I think he said that a couple people didn't make it.
Yeah, Rachel and Benji.
You died. I did.
Oh no.
And no
But
one's-
yeah, the rest of them are alive and
How do you two know each
probably
other?
coming back here to find me.
I haven't met him. I just heard about him.
How did you hear about him?
There was a guy I found when I was traveling up for the job, and he talked about how he'd gotten separated from other companions. He said I should look out for them if I saw them, make sure that they were okay. He gave me their names. So
Did you give me a name for that guy?
I didn't.
Okay.
I was like,
Oh, wait, you met Dan Tucker. He was a mighty man. He combed his hair with a wagon wheel, I hear.
Dead mighty man.
He's not dead. I don't think.
Pix is like,
What?
He wasn't dead, right? I thought he was alive.
Yeah, he's alive. As far as you know.
So
Do you know Margie's father?
I don't know Margie. Who's Margie?
Hi.
Her.
I'm Margie.
Hi, Margie. It's nice to meet you. I'm River Thatcher.
Nice to meet you too.
Who's your dad?
Have you seen a man, kind of handsome, also a deadbeat?
How do we know he's handsome?
A handsome deadbeat?
Thank
That doesn't really narrow it down.
There
was this guy in Reno.
I don't remember.
Oh, you did get shown a picture of Margie's dad.
Oh.
There is like a little.
Wait, the little. And Pix is like,
Oh, do you have that still?
I mean,
We've
this
it
the
would
one
just
generated
it would
by
see.
Pip?
Because
Yeah, it was the generated by Pip.
Generated by
Mhm.
Pip.
Pip saw Margie's dad generated the like kind of pixelated version.
Is that on Julian's Pip-Boy?
No, I
We showed
transmitted
it.
it to Margie.
Okay.
Yeah, and we've previously.
So,
So he's a handsome deadbeat.
I mean,
It's
is
like
that an apt description,
this-
Margie?
I don't know, showing the picture. It's a little pixelated, but it's kind of there's a little AI that made it from
Yeah, it's
one of my
AI.
memories in a simulation.
new
So
thing.
I'm not sure.
Would he be in like
Really
his
creative.
50s? Because that kind of looks like Holiday.
Holiday?
Holiday.
Dark holiday?
which
That's
holiday?
our leader. Just Holiday. I don't know his first name. It's not the special day. That's
Is that his last name?
Yeah.
Your last name is Holiday.
Margie Holiday. I
You
thought
could
it
have
was
told us that.
I don't-
I mean,
My last name is Shelton.
all I'm saying
Oh.
is it looks like or Holiday looks like that guy and is in the same age range. That doesn't mean he's your dad.
Maybe that's his maiden name. Wait. maybe that's his father's maiden. No, wait.
You're still on the
It's-
maiden?
It's my mother's maiden name. Sheldon is my mother's maiden name.
So,
Oh, he took your mother's maiden name, which is no.
No.
I took my mother's
No,
name.
no, no.
It's his normal name.
Margie,
His normal-
Margie's
Oh.
mom, Miss Shelton,
You
would have
could've
married
said that.
Mr. Holiday, and then when Miss Shelton had Margie, she would have given
He
Margie
hasn't mentioned
her
he's been
maiden
married
name,
before.
not Holiday.
because he was a deadbeat.
Because
I
sometimes they
originally
don't
was-
want the father's last name. You know how it
I
is.
wouldn't say Holiday's a deadbeat.
I originally had my father's last
And that's
name, it
assuming
just got
Holidays
changed.
is her father. We don't know nothing.
Do you know what his name was?
No.
Okay.
Well, that really narrows it down.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't characterize Holiday as a deadbeat.
Does
He's
he
a
have any-
stupendous leader.
Does he have any children?
Maybe
or
you don't have a
mention any
dysfunctional
children?
family.
What?
Does he have any children, or
I'm
like
sure
has
he
mentioned
does.
having any children?
No.
Okay,
All right.
then he's a deadbeat.
No, if he don't got no kids, he can't be a deadbeat. If he don't
Well,
have
he
kids.
has a kid.
If he
We don't
doesn't
know
have
if
kids,
Holiday's
he
her
can't be a
dad.
dad.
Okay, well, what's
Exactly.
Margie, is Holiday your dad's like his
I don't
name?
know.
She don't know that. You're all making too many assumptions about this fella. We don't know nothing.
Where
about
can
him.
we find Mr. Holiday?
Well, he's probably chasing after me, most likely.
How do we know that this
Possibly.
Holiday don't just look like any other guy, and Marge's dad don't look like any other guy, and they just happen to look alike? Because sometimes people just look a little too similar.
Chasing after you, like, in a bad way?
No, good way. Like, I was kidnapped by a Mr. Gutsy.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh, where did he
Oh.
kidnap you from?
Up in Minnesota.
Oh.
That's a long ways.
Hmm.
It's been a long journey.
Sorry.
sorry.
He kind of.
Wait, did you guys order a Mr. Gutsy to kidnap me?
No, we
No.
didn't do that.
We gave him some busy work so
We
that he
gave
would
him
leave
some
us
busy
alone.
work,
You
and
gave
then he
him
thinks
kidnapping?
kidnapping is a part of this. Apparently,
We told him to go find communists, and I guess he found one.
Ah,
What?
Are you
that's a
calling me?
bad thing to tell a Mr. Gutsy to do.
What
Try
was-
not to do that again. You could get someone killed.
Okay, I'll go talk to him.
What was your group looking for? Well, he seemed to think that it was something big, but he wouldn't say what it was.
Considering you all kind of just indirectly arranged for my kidnapping, I don't think I should tell you.
That wasn't. We didn't arrange that.
Right, but even if you accidentally did it, it's. I mean,
That's-
I only know one of your all's names, anyways, and it's a pretty
Oh.
important mission that we're on.
Well, we
Dr.
swear our
Jerry.
names,
That's
if
a completely valid criticism, and perhaps it's best if we let this young man go on his journey, if he wishes to get back to it.
I
He's clearly
mean,
been through a lot.
yeah, we do have stuff to do.
Do you have people near here that we can leave you with?
No.
Then
Do you have?
I don't think you're
I'm
going-
from Nevada.
We can give you to the Union, and I'm sure they will return you. You don't have any chems with you, do you?
Just impacts.
They'll take those.
They'll take those.
Hide
Use
'em.
them. Use them now.
Hide them.
Oh,
Why
okay.
would he use them if he ain't got them?
I mean, he looks like he could use some.
Just hide them.
I've been saving them.
Okay, well,
Sell them? Sell them. Then you can buy
Sell
more when you
them.
get to your next station.
that's,
Okay.
the Union will confiscate them if you try to ride their
I
train.
lost
But they
one of
will
mine.
let you ride their train for free.
Well, I mean, that sounds all well and good, but, I mean, Holiday might find me in a day or two. I might
Okay.
just stick around here, and plus, you know us?
I know of you.
How? You met Dan, right?
And Jorge.
And Jorge. And are you after the same thing, or?
You haven't told me what that is.
So you're just vaguely interested in something that we're pursuing and just so happen to remember our names.
Well, Dan asked me to help.
if it helps, I can vouch for a character. This is exactly a thing that she does.
I'd like to
All
think
the
that Pix
time.
did pull a muffin out of her pocket.
It's a tato.
Where are
It's
you
a
from,
tato
Margie?
muffin.
Mute fruit.
I'm from Cooney, New Mexico.
Wow, really? What are you doing all the way out here?
There was a job in Michigan.
I guess I understand that reason. You came here all the way from... Where is Cooney located, like, geographically? In
It's-
New Mexico?
It's the Southwest.
In the, what is it, the Gila Preserve or something like that?
Yeah.
That place is really irradiated.
It is everywhere except Cooney.
I don't
Can
think I've
Jerry
ever
roll
even
insight on
heard
that?
about that? On what?
On his statement, it is it except Cooney.
Yeah, sure.
Whose statement?
Your statement.
Margie is
Margie's.
cool.
Margie's a woman.
Is Margie, because it's irradiated everywhere except Cooney. Is she like a really old ghoul? I'm wondering. I'm just checking to see if she's lying.
Interesting.
3 successes.
3. Go ahead and just roll a general persuasion speech check. Regardless of whether it is the truth or a lie. Nothing. Sounds like the truth. It does not sound like she's lying. There is no radiation in Cooney.
How's there no radiation in that one place?
It's a valley.
So what, like the radiation just went, and it's like
Well, it's like a. Wouldn't it be a dome? Right? Like
a
radio
caldera?
perimeter? Or would it just be on the mountains?
It's kind of in the bottom of the valley. There's no radiation. Once you get up high enough, there is.
Huh. I don't think I've ever met anyone from Cooney.
You probably wouldn't have. Only a few of us have ever gone outside.
Like her dad.
So that's why you always wear like radiation stuff.
We had to when we were leaving.
That makes sense. Okay.
Wow. It's probably better that that town is a little isolated. You guys probably missed out on the worst events in the last 100 years or so, so...
We missed out on pretty much everything.
Well,
Kinda just-
everything kind of sucked in New Mexico for the last 100 years.
Oh,
Mostly just slavery, so you should be good. Legion?
Wait, I wouldn't know what that is. Tabs wouldn't know.
Roman Raiders.
Who?
There was Romans.
It's because I played
they
a lot
wear
of Vegas.
they wear tunics, but like other than that, raiders.
Wait,
Yes. And their leader talks about Hegelian dialectics for some reason.
And they say, "What is it?" Do
Who? To Kaiser.
They say, you violated
Oh,
the
wait.
law.
True to Kaiser.
They say
Yeah.
degenerates like you belong on a cross.
Wow, that was spot on.
They're wild.
They're just terrible.
And then they're
So
like-
weird.
You're a woman.
Literally,
It's like, Why are you?
I literally did this side quest where you have to go talk that one girl out of joining the Legion because she doesn't know how they treat women, and you're like, girl, don't do it. Don't do it.
Girl, you will not be respected.
Yeah, girl, don't do it.
Girl,
You also
it's
have to go
bad out
through-
there.
Literally wade through like Deathclaws in Quarry Junction to get to her. It was the worst side.
You're
quest.
talking about a faction of like terrible, terrible people, like it's some toxic boyfriend or something. Like, girl, don't do
I
it.
love it. Don't do it.
bit.
Go back. Don't go back to him. It's gonna be the same. Don't do it.
You're
Don't
better
become
than
a
this.
fascist.
I don't
These
think
are
he'll treat you
more.
like he won't stick you on a cross, but he totally will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Done it before.
But anyways, you missed all that, so there you go.
So do you want us to just let you out here?
I mean, I feel like we should like. I mean, if Holiday is well, first of all, I feel bad that we inadvertently kind of kidnapped you, and you're kind of. I mean, you just said that you didn't have war, so if anything, we could just like feed you or just kind of keep him along for a little bit. You said that your guy was going to arrive.
Probably.
And so he
Um,
could just like come and it
do we
seemed
want
like we
to take-
maybe. Did you want to meet Holiday?
It's
It could
fine.
be your dad.
He
If
could
you don't
be, but
want
he
to,
could also
then-
not be.
Don't get your hopes up because like it could be
Well,
completely.
it could just
he's,
be-
he is
So, you know,
from
don't
New
get in your
Mexico.
head that it's
If
bad.
your dad is,
Really
and you're
awkward,
looking for
but-
your dad.
Whenever you see him again, just give him my name, and if he wants to find me, he will. We're going to a
Shirley said if he wanted to, he
museum.
would.
Are we coming
Okay.
back here after we're done? Back to the station.
Probably the safest place to leave the van.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Well, if he shows up in the next day or two, we'll probably be here.
Okay. All right.
And let us know if there's anything we can do for you. We do feel bad.
Well,
No.
you said these union people like take care of me and stuff.
Just don't let them know you have any chems, even good ones.
Oh, no, they're pretty friendly
They're
people.
pretty.
They just
they
take
are
chems.
They just took my stim pack and I'm a
Humanitarian, they
little
really
bitter
like-
about it.
We're all salty.
engines.
Now, before you get out of the van, I need to go tell Sergeant Corporal that we've finished brainwashing you.
Also, here's a muffin. It's made from a potato.
Maybe we should
Oh, you
turn
potato muffin.
Sergeant Corporal off.
I have an
You
idea.
know what? I haven't
No,
tried any
Or
Midwestern
anybody know how to
cuisine
be
yet, so
broke or
sure.
I have an idea on an assignment. where
Is it
won't hurt
actually
anybody.
good? Do you want it to be
Have him go
good?
blow up that Reagan Museum.
No.
I think
Thomas, what
potato
kind it
could be.
is?
Here's what I'm
could be a
gonna
good
say. I'm gonna say that it is as weird as a Tato being a muffin.
I
But
would
for
eat a
someone
potato
who
muffin.
maybe just needs food and needs a like hearty,
fight
good
black
meal,
Yeah.
I think it would be like he'd be like, "Oh, this isn't a
Tram.
okay."
It's not triumph.
It's
Yeah.
like it's like the
nutritious.
it's like the elven bread in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
It's like,
Lamb's bread.
and it has filled you up
Yeah.
within several bites.
They're like
no
one bite
more
can-
lambus bread.
no
like-
more lambs.
It's one bite can satisfy a man for days. Oh, you had 3.
Okay.
Literally, Mary and Pippin are just
Can,
me.
can Jerry go talk to Sergeant Corporal real
Yeah.
quick?
He loves the muffin. Whoa, I haven't eaten in days. Thank you.
You're welcome. Tell everyone. The
Wait,
new
I might
division
have,
is about
You can give him hash
Here's a
browns
Tato.
too.
You can ma-
You probably think they're great.
can
Just saying,
plant
things
it.
aren't going
Thank
well
you.
for you right now. So
Welcome back. You didn't try any commie tricks on it, you did he?
Nope, we're about done enlightening him on the Western values and ideals that we have always had.
Okay.
Now,
That was fast. How'd you do it?
Marky's age.
well, I'm afraid I can't tell you. CIA secrets. But,
You see him just kind of spin around like,
Dad. Cool.
you know, you've performed really well in this mission.
Not really.
The CIA
Most
director
people.
would like to
Because I told
personally,
them the bare basics.
well, personally to me, to you, we have a mission for you if you want to prove you're capable of joining the CIA.
No. I want to work for a living. Don't want
haven't
some
said it all
posh
this
desk job giving people LSD.
Well, it's not a
Oh,
desk
sorry,
job.
day tripper.
Well, lucky for you, this assignment isn't a desk job. We've gotten word that the KGB in Russia was never really destroyed when the Soviet Union collapsed. We think they are planning to, well, bring communism back to Russia and then take over Europe and then America, obviously.
You're trying to send me to Europe?
No, we are sending you to Russia. You can go through the Arctic, right?
What?
Not according to any geographic data I have right now.
Only one way to find out.
Sorry. I have a feeling that, if anything, radiation has risen water levels. So I doubt the Bering Land Strait is still open.
No. I'm talking go over Canada and over the North Pole.
Right. I
Ice
just
caps.
think that the nuclear war probably raised water levels at least a little bit. Except in Florida. 'Cause Florida's
You're a smart soldier. There's also word that there's a boat up near the Bering Strait. I want you to commandeer that from the commies that have stayed there since the Great War. And then I want you to go to Moscow, and I want you to kill their leader. Report back to me no later
You are
than...
not my commanding officer. And while your efforts to protect this country are vital, I would need explicit permission from my commanding officer. I'm a member of the United States Army.
I didn't
And I
want...
will be through and through unless the commander-in-chief, him or herself, orders me not to be.
Oh no.
Let's take it.
Take him
No.
Or, my actual
got
commanding
it.
officer. But, yeah, I mean, if you get the president's approval, then
We still have that key card that confused him into thinking one of us was like a.
Yes, but he also
Commanding
just
officer.
determined that Commander Blakely is dead.
Oh.
So he came back and was like, he's dead.
Would he be talking about the president when
quest unlocked.
when
Convince
the
the
war
president.
happened? Or does he?
The very fact that he said
That is-
him or herself
Sarge.
means he doesn't know who the president is right now.
That
So
makes
he's not
sense.
saying the one that died.
It meant it's, yeah. 'Cause
I didn't.
Anything else interesting?
I don't know. We're gonna try to find out. Well, I didn't want to have to bring this up because, well, she told me not to, but I'm gonna have to. He's gonna start tuning his radio
To who?
to Pip.
Can you do that?
He's gonna write in telling Pip. Well, actually, Pip's not here. Shoot.
Correct.
Yeah, Pip is not
Never
here.
mind. He's gonna radio into Pix.
Oh.
He's
In the van.
all right, Madam
10 feet
President.
away.
Madam President, you come in. Madam President.
Cortland appears behind you. What are you trying to do here, Jerry?
I need to talk to Madam President.
Pix. You
I
receive it.
look at him and do like. I'll be there momentarily.
Madam President, I informed Sergeant Corporal about his assignment, but he doesn't really believe that you're the one that's sending him to finish off the KGB in Moscow.
You said it was the director of the CIA.
Hello!
See,
That is Pix. She is 10 feet away from us right now. She is in the van.
There's like a slight delay between the voice and the speaker on his
Yeah, you still go.
Are you trying to send him to Moscow again? Tain't right.
We're all in the van with the
All right, I'm gonna
it was
open
worth
the
a
door
try.
and say,
bring
"All
the
right,
museum
enough of
with
this."
Actually,
Sergeant Corporal.
Well, hey, Madam President.
I thought I did a very good impression.
all right,
It
Sergeant
was
Corporal.
not bad. I just heard you.
Oh, thanks.
Sergeant
Give me a little,
Corporal,
like,
he was not a communist.
Who?
The man you captured. He was not a communist.
But he was trespassing on a U.S. military base in a time of war. Such actions are
Was
How do
there-
you know he
inherently
Was it
anti-American
a
and thus communist.
How do you know he wasn't
Decommissioned
just scavenging?
military base?
I've
It
been
was
on
not.
plenty of abandoned military
Was there
bases
anyone in it?
scavenging.
What's that?
Was there anyone in it?
No, but that doesn't mean decommissioned. Decommissioned means the United States government has recognized that it is no longer a military base. They have not.
Well, it could have been classified decommissioning.
That's no decommissioning has to be a public thing.
Sergeant Corporal, do you think you could help us deal with the mob?
Sure. Why didn't you lead with that?
All right, we're trying to infiltrate a museum that seems to be able to revive their leader over and over again.
Oh,
we need
wow.
we need to get to the bottom of that. As you know, the mob has caused quite a lot of issues for the federal government.
Yep. Happy to assist in law enforcement measures. It's not my programming, but
Yes.
you know what they say: militarization of police is always a good thing.
Only caveat, we need to keep this quiet, at least until the shooting starts.
I can do that.
We might have you in like. But we'll figure it out. We might have you in reserve. Then you can come and shooting. You don't have to worry about being quiet.
Perhaps I could just guard the van or something like that.
That would be a good idea.
That would be good.
Someone ought to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a bit better at that than I am at speaking. I have a giant thruster that is pretty darn loud.
I think you're also more intimidating than any of us are, so you'll keep people away.
I do have a saw that can cut through pretty much anything.
Yes, if anyone comes too close, saw them.
Especially if it's a raider or any other unsavory fella,
Mhm.
or maybe his brother. You can definitely saw them because they're all probably like secret communists or whatever.
Don't kill my brother, though.
Okay, don't saw the brother.
Just saw him halfway.
Saw his like arm off.
Which way? And both of them are probably lethal. Lethal.
So to cut his toes off.
That's awful.
Oh, I like that one.
You'll live.
Pete appears. Get over here! I need to cut your toes off.
I'm coming for your toes.
Maybe settle for his feet.
That's so bad.
Go for the toes. Toes.
All right, are we ready to go? Let's go before anything else happens.
All right. So you guys are going to the museum. We will take a little break. So we'll be back and let's shoot for 10 minutes. So 8:10. We will be back in just a bit. Okay, welcome back. We're gonna resume with Julian. Martin will lead you back up to the great room with like the clouds on the wall. And you would see as you're walking past the security corridor where the West Wing is, you would see Jane on the other end of it. She is pretty obviously pregnant. And you would see her son Peter is beside her as well. She's beaming. You would also see a young lady beside her as well. A maybe like 3-year-old girl.
Julian would stand there and look at them for a moment, just a massive grin breaking out over her face. And then she'd close the distance and just wrap Jane up in a huge hug.
Jules! And she would give you a very big hug.
I had never thought, I mean, of course you had... Is this... Jane.
Well, first off, Peter, I'm sure you don't remember her, but this is your Aunt Jules. I'm not going to roleplay a child. I can do teenage.
You know, she would
Yeah.
get down on her knees and say hi to Peter and everything, and ask him his favorite dinosaur is. You know.
It's the
Tyrannosaurus is the correct
Tyrannosaurus
answer.
Rex, but not for the reasons you might think. It's actually because they had tiny little arms, which probably meant that they could get up in your face and block your arrows.
Actually, he's just 10. So he's probably like, I'm too cool for dinosaurs. I moved on to trains now, or something like
I
that.
moved on to
You're never too
trains.
cool for dinosaurs. It's
Listen.
important that he knows that.
Some kids double down. Like,
Well-
River loves dinosaurs still.
Well, it's like I was
Yeah,
obsessed
but-
with dragons as a 12-year-old, and I'm
Peter.
still obsessed with dragons
Right.
as a 23-year-old.
Yep. Whereas other people
Yeah.
go through phases.
Yeah.
Aunt
I'm
Jules,
28
you
and
should know
I'm
this.
not too
I'm
old
into
for
trains now. I like them when they do the steam.
They don't have those.
We'll make a
They run on
union boy out of you
nuclear
yet.
No! I think a religion based on this is a very good idea.
This is your new character, isn't it?
Yeah.
My new character.
And
Warren
this right
Buffett.
here, and she looks to her daughter, Sarah Jem Purcell. Or Purcell, sorry.
Hi. Very nice to
That's
meet
all.
you too.
I can do a toddler. They say one thing.
Didn't realize how long I'd been gone.
It has been a while. We missed you so much.
So good to see all of you.
And it's good to see you too. What have you been up to?
I've been trying to do the best I can on the surface. I mean, I just.
That includes me. And
yes.
Pip would light up on your Pip boy.
Pip, this is Jane, my sister. Jane.
Hi. His name is Pip.
It's his choice.
I'm glad you gave him a choice on that one.
I've learned a few things from Jen.
Well,
But-
Pip, it is very nice to meet you. Pip, why don't you keep Peter company? He's got a Pip boy.
They're just giving Pip boys to get you.
Next up, I give him a 3-year-old.
He's like saying he's
Old
playing a
uncle
game of like
guy
Snake,
walking
but it's
by.
with a train.
It's like, that's
just-
it,
it's
Timmy.
just-
No Pit Boy for you at dinner tonight. You're in big trouble.
No, it's Pip Boys. There are video games for it. He's playing Pitfall or what's the
Red
Red
Menace.
Menace?
Pip
That's the one
hacks
you
into the
get.
game to play as one of the characters.
Crazy
He's like,
tactics.
he's like really good.
Hi there, I'm Pip. Whoa, are you like a game? No, I'm a Pip. Oh,
He's a friend of Peter.
oh,
Why don't you go show him around the Enclave? He hasn't seen it before.
yeah, I haven't heard nice things though. Martin, would you mind taking? And she just lifts up Sarah. Of course, but I mean, I do have to go interrogate a guy.
It's okay. She can serve with us.
Okay. Jules, why don't you hold her? I know you haven't really met her yet.
Yeah, sure. And she's gonna like do the awkward, like, how do I hold child?
Baby acquired. Well, toddler.
Baby in inventory. No.
There is a weird moment of that in
I
the
didn't
Fallout 3
mean to put her in my
DLC.
backpack.
Baby.
I swear.
You're the
What else do we have
dun,
there?
dun, dun,
7
dun.
anvils, but it's fine.
Guys, I accidentally inventoried my niece.
No, I can't find her. The menu is really confusing. I don't know where to put cans.
I keep equipping stim packs, but I'm looking for Sarah.
I've got a lot to hear about how the last 7 years have been. I'd love to
Well,
hear
I mean,
more.
you just saw the important stuff. It's been stable. It's been good. Don't worry, I still have the same ideals I did before we left Palm Book, but we needed a safe place to raise our kids,
I get it.
and it's been good for them.
Knowing how it all turned out, I'm really glad you left. It's never been a problem.
Well, it looks like you're still up to no good. Pip, tell me about him.
Well, when the Brotherhood came through and killed Jem, I wasn't left with a lot. But I was able to steal some fragments of her coat from the system before I left, and for a while I didn't do much with that, but I tried bringing her back, and well, that didn't quite work out, but it's been good. Pip's alive too. Pip's his own thing, and he's good. He's great.
Seems a lot more whimsical than Jem.
He's a kid. He just came into the world. He's learning, he's growing. I'm giving him time to do that like I never did Jem.
Yeah. We did kind of expect the world of her before really letting her see what the world was in the first place.
You got it a little more than I did, I think. So I'm making up for lost time.
Well, you made her what she was.
I think that was a little of all of us, but maybe it was some of the best instead of some of the worst.
Well, it's good to see you're carrying on the best.
So, new things since I've been gone. Clones, that's huge. He's a cat now, apparently. What else have I missed? I mean, 7 years, it's a long time.
Yeah.
You
One,
gotta
be
get
careful
back to
what you
sleep.
say around that cat. Two, yeah.
No, wait, hold back. Tell me more about one.
She's Gladys's bug.
They booked a cat.
Yeah, Dad thought that. Well, apparently the ears work as like sound dishes.
So
Like
Dad hasn't
satellites?
changed at all.
Well, it wasn't his idea to make a bug. He just wanted to make a cat, and Gladys thought there could be some sort of use for it. And so he came up with a utilitarian use for it. And she allowed it.
So
That's the
everything is
Enclave's
pretty much
littlest
the way I
operative
left
right
it.
there. Well, yeah, what?
Except for
Clones.
Sarah.
Those are a bit more. Not quite my department anymore, but still your dad's domain, and your mom has utilized them extensively, so I hear.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's the one out there in the action, right? She's the one who needs it.
That's true. She hasn't been up to too much, though. You don't need to worry about her.
I don't think I've ever worried about Elaine Ortega.
Yeah,
I mean, you know her as well as I do.
Yeah. She always knew how to handle herself.
I think I worry about anyone in the same room as her more than I worry about her.
That's true, but we're kind of entering a new era with this whole leaving thing.
Yeah.
I hope Mom can be up for it.
Mom said it was everyone versus her. Does that mean you?
I just want to stay where it's safe. And it sounds like being completely removed from the troposphere is the way to go, I guess.
Laser defense systems are awfully compelling.
Right. I haven't had a chance to interact with the people on Excelsior Station much, though. So I don't know if they're going to be accepting. I hope they should. I mean, we do have the president on our side after all.
I think that helps smooth a lot of things over.
Hopefully.
And you know if Mom goes up there, and she will, even if she's not for it, she's not going to let a thing touch you.
I know. And her grandkids.
Exactly.
Can you believe that she's still the Secretary of Defense and she's a grandma now? Isn't that just crazy to think about? I mean, it's not like anyone else could step up and do it,
It's not
though.
something you age out of. I mean, she's going to be badass till the day she dies.
Well, there's more competent soldiers than Barry. No offense to him. She should step down eventually, but
You think?
I mean, she hasn't. You haven't been able to see her when she quietly complains in the last 10 years. I mean, she's almost in her 60s now. It's only so long that knees can go. Power armor does help, though.
Probably helps a lot.
It does.
Is she okay?
She's fine. No. Cloning has helped with that even more. She technically had cancer a few years back, but just clone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was a bit hard to get used to, but it's still her, so we're certain. Yeah, that's a lot, I know, isn't it? Sorry to unload you on you
No,
like that.
I mean, I asked. I wanted to know. I just... Should I have come back sooner?
Well, that depends on what you've been up to. I mean, I see Pip, and I know it would be hard to do something like that here.
I just didn't know if I could. You know?
You always could. Your family.
I know you think that. But
And
there's a
Mom
lot of
thinks
people
that.
that lost family.
That's true. How did the president treat you? Was it a big chew out?
Surprisingly more civilly than I'd expected. Just mellowing out in old age. Not sure if she's going to listen to anything I said, but she at least heard me out.
She is tired of being a bit of a doormat. So I think she's just resolved in her later years to stop being that. She doesn't want to go down as the Enclave president who just watched the downfall unfold, you know?
Things aren't that bad, are they?
It's just a few of us. I mean, we already lost 20 or so with Palm Book, and not all of us are doing what I'm doing.
Right. I think that means it's time to get back out there and start helping more than just the 100 of us left down here.
That's what we think. Martin is still ruffling feathers, though.
I don't think he'd be Martin if he wasn't.
I'd estimate unless Gladys manages to sink something, or sink us all, he would like to be the next president.
You have first lady in you?
When it's just 100 citizens, sure. I know there's a lot more, but,
So what does he think about all this, and what do you think about all this? The plan to create the Ice Age?
well, he really wants to get to know Excelsior a lot more. He thinks it is good, but he thinks that we should be a little bit more lenient, making sure there's no collateral damage.
That's exactly what I was telling Gladys.
Well, he's been telling it to her too, so here's hoping more voices in her ear telling her that is actually better.
And listen, Jane, I can help with that. I mean, that's what I was telling Gladys too, is maybe me being away for 7 years isn't all bad. We've got connections up there that could help us move people.
Really?
We've been doing nothing.
Well, it's good to know there's some good possibilities there. You would see Martin walk back into this room, a little hurried. He seems to be walking back to the president's office.
Martin, everything okay?
Yeah, I suppose it's fine. It's, well, we need to decide what we want to do about Pete Fletcher.
Mind if I come with? This is kind of important.
I mean, you know him, so sure, why not? We did just get the C24 recipe, though, so there's that knocked off. Not from him, though. That's the interesting bit.
Then from home.
Nah. Wouldn't you like to know Julian Ortega?
That's why I asked.
It's within my duties as Secretary of State, unfortunately. Martin, the mom.
Mom mentioned something about that. You're working with someone on the surface now.
Oh, we've been working with them for maybe 6 or 7 years now. It's my brainchild, actually.
How did that come about? I mean, you must have had to drag Mom kicking and screaming.
I did, especially considering she was the person that escorted me when I first met Polignani. Well, it's... A lot of times, people bet on people's goodness, of people's ability to desire the greater good and all that. And yes, that's out there. But there's one thing I know, it's that the mob, believe it or not, wants stability. And frankly, they also like job security, and being head of the mob is a little tough for that. Lots of people gunning for his life. So all I did was offer him a little bit of immortality, and here we go.
You're cloning Polignani.
We've cloned Polignani. I think we're on 6? 6. 6 is out there now.
You gonna stop after the 9 lives, or is that indefinite?
Oh, I didn't come up with that. That's the mob that did that. I wish we had a PR person that could come up with something like that.
And you're not worried he's gonna leak?
He'll be dead. If he does.
All right.
He's someone who knows what a transaction looks like.
7 years. All right, let's go talk Pete Fletcher.
Oh, talk to Pete. No, I just talked to him.
Talk about Pete Fletcher.
Yeah, I'd prefer... Well, Julian, I don't know if you have as much to say as you used to, but if there's anything I've heard about what I heard what you said to the president. Standard policy with something like this, because he is unaware of our location, unless we deem him as a threat, is to just drug him and release him. He sounds like a genuine threat, not just to us, but to everyone else.
I found him to be such. Wouldn't recommend letting him leave here.
That would be my plan. Plus, just talking to the guy, I just wanted to shoot him a lot.
Yeah, he just leaves that impression, doesn't he?
Yeah. Ugh. Hate to be related to that guy.
Tell him about it.
Well, I'll go talk to the president about it. But I'll keep your opinion in mind. You think we should just kill him? we're leaving this place, so we can't just keep him prisoner.
No, and I wouldn't recommend it. The less he knows about you, the better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's going to cause more harm than good if you let him go.
That's what I would think.
My brother pushed me, so I'm starting.
Martin, can you discuss these things when Sarah's not in the room? Oh, yeah, sorry. Sending him off to a farm.
Sarah's like, so we kill people.
All right.
No.
So as he leaves, we're going to go back to the other group, heading towards the museum. You would see outside the museum, you would see a Woolworth's pharmacy directly outside the museum. That would have your supplies.
Okay.
So in there, it is abandoned. There is unfortunately no clerk, but you would find a steamer trunk that has 18 .44 Magnum bullets, a dozen .308 bullets,
Dozen 308 bullets.
a 40 millimeter grenade launcher, which has the same stats that I mentioned. One perk with grenade launchers, and this is something in real life that I'd like to reflect, is they also have the capability of firing chemical rounds. So if you ever wanted to do something like that, it's kind of your weapon for it.
Mm-hmm.
So tear gas, other gas,
Vaccines.
you will be getting vaccinated.
Polio vaccine.
Be healed in the name of science!
Eradicating chicken.
And how many grenades does it come with?
6.
Okay.
It is a single barrel one, so it's you pop it open.
Double barrel grenade launcher feels like it would be a really overkill.
That's the upgrade later.
It does not have the same
More barrels.
upgrades that the missile launcher does, but I might need to flesh them out a little bit. There is a pump action grenade launcher in this era. That would be the upgraded version of this. So, correct. It has 3 whole shots in the magazine. Pretty darn cool. Yeah. Anyways, grenade launcher acquired. Anyone request anything else?
Shotgun shells.
And
Shotgun shells? A dozen.
the fusion cores, but I paid for those.
Yeah.
There's a dead drop. So the implication is that if you're abiding by the honor system, you put in the money and they pick it up.
Oh. Okay. Well, that's a tabs issue.
Okay, she's.
Okay. There you go. Did you get anything?
Previously, I had gotten a large quick eject mag
Oh.
from Barnes.
So
Okay,
you need to stick
yep,
with your expensive
fair enough.
friends for
All right.
your
That
flush
was
with
my
cash
upgrade.
friends.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. Stuff acquired. You all have parked outside the museum. It is this grand. Looks like it was built in the late 1800s. Neoclassical building with this gigantic rotunda at the top of it. Seems to have survived the bombs pretty well. It's right on the coast of Lake Michigan.
Is there anywhere we could hide the van or park it for a quick escape?
Is there a parking garage?
I assume there's a
They
main.
charge?
I assume there's a main
Underground.
entrance to the museum, but
Correct.
we don't want to just leave the van idling outside.
Right. Sergeant Corporal is there to guard it, but
Do the parking garages charge by the hour in Chicago? By the day?
Maybe there's
you
an
know, that'd be a
alley.
great raider band. It's just like, welcome to our parking garage. Pay 10 caps per hour. You're like, ah!
Is there like an alleyway with a door on the side there?
Sure. Yeah. It's Chicago.
You want me to drive the van into
Yeah.
an alley?
Mm-hmm.
Roll a pilot check. Someone can assist if they get out of the car and say, "You're good. You're good." You're
Yeah, I'll do that.
This is like looking at like
Okay,
the
what is that,
sign. It's like, oh my
perception?
god.
The what?
You're not close,
Perception
you're not
pilot?
close.
Yep.
I don't have anything in pilot.
You can use speech if you're saying you're good.
Okay, perfect.
Not
It's just one.
Wow.
Oh, just one.
I can't stop looking at this guy.
Well,
Crash.
that's one. So,
What'd you get?
Yeah, I think this is.
Because I didn't.
Let's
but I think
say-
I didn't
let's say
because of wait and be
Difficulty is 2, but partial successes will be for 1.
I got 3.
one.
Okay. So you get out of the car,
Bring
you're,
it
like,
on
you're
back.
good, and Margie just reverses it right in. So it's like she's ready to. You can hop right in and pull out immediately.
Because we're about to enter into a deadly place, did that give us any caps?
What's that?
Give us any caps for this slightly risky maneuver?
Huh?
Oh, action points.
Action points.
Yes. Sorry. Yes. 2 action points. I almost forgot about
There
those.
they are.
The caps.
Pick says,
The
you know what?
caps are back
Like
in
we
town.
like park it and it's like wherever it is, and like Pig says, you know what? Maybe we do got this. And you all feel just a little bit more inspired for some reason, and our
Yes.
pool is 1 more than it normally is.
Well, the maximum pool, so
The
you don't get
maximum
1
pool.
extra.
So you don't get more, but just
Right, but you
you
get
feel like there could be more action points.
the action point pool is now with a maximum of 7 instead of 6.
Jerry's gonna ready his grenade launcher.
Yeah.
Are there any signs of anyone having been here recently or actively here?
It is incredibly eerie as
Can
you're
I
outside.
do
There
This
is-
is Lake Michigan.
What's that?
This is Michigan.
Well played, well played.
Taps, can you check for?
Can I do a
anyone else?
perception?
Yes, you can. Yeah, go ahead and roll a
With
perception
Corn
check.
Cob helping.
Wow,
I rolled a 20.
say difficulty is 2.
Well, I got 1 success and 20.
20? Okay.
So that means it's technically 2 successes.
What?
Why would it be
Well,
2
if
successes?
Corn Cob is assisting.
Oh, yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
right. Yeah. Yep.
Just I had a complication.
No complications for
What?
perception check.
Oh, that's right.
I was gonna say that corn cob like poops in her eyes.
What do you see, Corn Cob?
Oh,
I see it. Oh,
you see crap? Me too.
Okay.
Talk about corn crab.
Oh,
Great callback.
oh yeah.
All right.
I was worried that we'll be too highbrow. So.
Don't worry, we're not highbrow.
We're both. We're both.
These brows are
Hegelian
low.
dialectics. Corn crab.
I mean, have you played Fallout?
Here's the deep and moral ethics of freezing the Midwest. And then
Corn crab.
Oh no.
So-
Okay. Anyway.
All right. You don't see anyone around. It is quiet. Too quiet.
Too quiet on the western side.
Quiet.
Yeah. It.
Too quiet.
When you look at it, it seems like the stories match up. That this place is avoided like the plague.
So it is haunted.
It's not haunted.
Yes.
No one's scavenging here. You don't see mob. You don't see union. You don't see raiders.
There's probably raiders, mobsters, or both.
Hey, get
Mob
your mob
stores.
merch here.
like that Taylor. Yeah, I'm a mob store.
Hey, here's a toy gun that goes bada bing when you shoot it.
We have this bomb. It goes
Is the-
kaboom.
My brother sells the bada boom.
What do you think? Should we go in the side door or the front door?
I mean, I think we
You
scout
gotta
out.
wheel them akimbo. Bada
Wait,
bing.
did we just
bada
scout it
boom.
out?
We should probably check both doors. If
Yes.
there's traps or security measures, I'm sure we'll run into them.
And I don't think they'd leave a side door unguarded, so. Front door might actually be more stupid.
We could use a window.
There are a ton of windows. There are
Do they
side
open?
doors. There is a west, east wing, and then the rotunda in the center. Kind of like the White House.
Is there any way to access the roof?
Jump really high.
Fly.
Not unless you had a grappling hook or a ladder, or a jetpack.
No one gave me a jetpack.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
Well, other than the main door and the windows, are there any other?
There's no
entrances?
emergency
You would
exit.
see a couple of employee entrances and fire exits. The fire exits don't have any handles on them. Handles on the inside. The employee entrances and exits look still surprisingly sturdy, but they do have keyholes on them, so you can try picking them. There's east and west wing.
If we climbed on top of the truck, could we reach a fire exit?
This is a van.
The van?
That's actually. There are no fire exits on this building.
That is unsafe.
Yeah, actually.
They were knocked off in the nuclear war.
That is
Considering most
also
of this-
unsafe.
It is. Yep.
Nukes bombing your.
We like
That's
look
against the
over and
safety
there's like one
ratings.
like embedded in a wall. It's like there should be fire exits. There's like one in a wall next to. It's like
Yeah.
sideways. It's
See.
like well they didn't install
As you
it
look
correct.
closer, you realize you see what may have once been a fire escape, but now is melted.
Do the windows open?
Hmm?
Do the windows open?
Are there windows left? Because if the fire escapes are gone, the windows are probably gone too.
The windows are pretty dilapidated. Yes.
Hmm.
Again, west wing has windows. East wing has windows.
What do you guys
All right,
think?
I think we take West Wing. I pick up
Isn't
a
that
rock.
where the Beauty and the Beast? He's like, don't go in the West Wing.
There's a we get in, we see a rose.
Can we see anything through the front doors? Like, are
It's
they
a limited
glass?
edition
Can you look
Disney
through them?
rose.
They
Like glass?
are. They're actually propped open.
That's ominous.
And you would see what looks to be a museum rotunda with a welcome desk. You got a 2 in that perception check?
Yeah.
Bugs.
Yeah. There's a Mr. Handy. Just floating.
Mm,
Oh,
okay.
the soul
I
springs
don't want
fall
to
in
be
the
seen by that.
yeah.
Let's not
I
go that way.
Everybody's like,
Should we send?
Let's look and see.
Probably
about
Should we send tabs at the front to look for traps or anything?
Let's just go to
I mean, I think we just go in the right wing.
I think
We-
we just,
we
we
go on-
just
we go on
check
the
for
right
traps whichever door we go through.
I know, but
Are you
let's
going
send
through
her-
doors or windows?
Let's go through the windows.
Yeah.
Can we reach the windows?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're low. Yeah. It's an old building.
Knock through.
It's
put a
probably
blanket
very
on.
cheap glass. Well,
I could-
old glass.
I could go
Colombian
first.
exposition actually.
Are any of the windows like blown out so we don't have to break anything?
Yeah. Yep. So you just basically
We should
crawl
go
in.
through one that we don't have to break and make noise.
Margie, if you're okay with it, do you think you could go first, just in case
Yeah.
there's any problems? Cool.
Are you in your power armor?
I thought that was a
Yes.
good idea. I like giving
Do
like
we-
a
wait,
wink.
wait, wait.
And
Do we
then
want me-
I like put
Do
a
we want
hand
some of
over
us to
like, I'm
sneak
winking.
in first?
Do we want to sneak in or do we want to
I think-
power our way through?
All right, guys. Here's my thought. I think that, I think we send tabs as like lookout, just like little quick check, see if there's traps or anything, and like not even very far. Then we send Margie and kind of like go along, and then just kind of whenever we feel like this is kind of weird, we'll send tabs as like a search party. That makes sense. Scout party.
I mean, the power armor's loud enough. I don't know if we'll be able to sneak at all.
I mean,
If we're gonna go
we'll
with
try to be
power
quiet,
armor,
but
we
I
can
say
send
we
the.
just. I think we're bringing power armor with us because
Okay.
if people are dying, it's gonna be a fight. I think.
Then we might as well just use the front door if we're gonna be loud.
No, let's not do that.
If we were going to use the front door, we could just try talking to the Mr. Handy.
Should we talk to the Mr. Handy?
I don't think
I'll
so,
talk to
because
the Mr.
whatever.
I'll talk to the Mr. Handy.
Okay, I pick up a rock and start walking towards the west,
No,
don't
the
be
west,
mean to
the right wing, and start going that way and say, "We're going through this
What
way."
are you doing with the rock?
Are you going to the west wing or the east wing? You said right, which is
Sorry.
on the east side.
Let's say west wing.
Okay,
Um,
gotcha. But
I'm gonna sneak.
technically, it'd be the north wing. Sorry,
Anyway,
left. Yeah.
I head
okay.
towards that direction.
Okay.
I'm gonna sneak.
Okay. Are the rest of you all going with?
Are we going or are we just talking to the Mr. Handy first?
I thought we were just going to talk to Mr. Hinge.
I'm
so
Mr.
confused.
Handy.
Let's
on
talk
what's
to the
going
Mr.
on.
Handy.
I think
first.
Pix just decided to do this on her own.
Okay, bye, Pix. Let's go talk to the Mr. Handy.
Check for traps.
Do you want to take the lead on this, or do you want me to?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's just a leftover from whatever guest reception.
Let's have
See.
Sergeant.
Pix.
Mhm.
So you're going to the west wing.
He's guarding the van.
You would see.
I know, but
Go ahead and
we
roll
need-
that sneak check.
I'd rather he die than any of us.
Well, that's why I'm going with the power armor.
That's
Agility plus sneak.
So sneak is not tag. Yeah, not tagged anymore. But that is 2, so that's okay.
2 successes. What numbers?
5 and 10. Oh boy.
Okay. Roll a perception check, please.
Oh.
Again, 1.
Okay. As you hurtle over this,
Well, first I
Window
go to
opening.
the window. And I'm gonna
yeah, peek around.
take a look there, and then.
Okay. You roll in and you see that this area is actually a complete full-scale replica of an old coal mine. It's incredibly dark. There's no actual coal in here, so you're not going to get black lung. Don't worry.
I got my mask on, got my gun out.
You can get black
I'm
lung
ready.
from other things too. It's great.
And as you start traversing these tunnels in this wing, you see, as you round one corner, something or someone looking at you. As soon as you round the corner, they round another. So essentially, you just turn around and they are quite luminescent. Bright blue. Slightly transparent. And that's all you see. It is dark. Roll a sanity check for me, but no, we don't have that.
I'm like, yeah, here we go. All right, Pixes. Okay. They're glowing.
But they were translucent.
That means I'm gonna look for any blue lights and glows around corners, and I'm gonna move into the shadows and try and stick in the darkness.
Okay. We'll go back to the rest of the group right now. The entry hall. So you guys are just walking right in?
Yeah.
Well, let's try. No tripwires, right?
No trip.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Who's leading the way?
Tabs.
Tabs. Okay. All
She
right.
gonna talk?
Confident.
You walk right in.
Double
Mr.
barrel
Handy just
shotgun. Corn cob on one shoulder.
Oh,
Don't point the gun at him.
Gun down. But ready.
be nice. He's just a guy.
Hello?
Just a little fellow.
Hello! Welcome to the Columbian Museum of Science, Industry, and Natural History.
Ah, hello. Thank you for the welcome. You think we could get
Of
a
course.
tour?
Absolutely. I am, in fact, the docent. So I'm here to help. So, we have many exhibits here in the Museum of Columbian Museum of Science, Industry, and Natural History.
Oh, is there any exhibits on meteorology?
Of course, we have the Science Storm section.
Ooh, that sounds very intriguing.
Indeed it does. That would be on the east wing side. Oh, pardon me, south wing. So if you would just follow me, I can lead you over there. And then one of my compatriots will take you for the rest of the tour. I'm just here for the main wing. As you all walk into this main entry hall, as I said, it is a gigantic rotunda.
Keep an eye out for traps.
As you walk in, you guys are kind of focused on the Mr. Handy, but a little surprised to see what at first glance you think is just some gigantic looming beast behind.
Does it look petable?
No, because as your eyes adjust to being inside rather than outside, you realize it is made of bone. It is probably the biggest creature you've ever seen, even if it is just a skeleton. It is a Tyrannosaurus Rex. But I don't know if any... Jerry would probably recognize it. I don't know if Pix read a dinosaur book growing up or something.
Definitely not.
That's one big
Definitely, I
death
don't know it.
Yep. Cortland is like, guys, that's the T-Rex. There's like only one of them in the entire United States, and I don't know how it has been preserved. They left the doors open.
I mean, that thing's survived for millions of years before. I'd be surprised if a nuke could take it out.
Fair point. What happened to the dinosaurs? Nuke.
They survived. Yeah, they can survive impacts of huge explosions, right?
But the docent would be guiding you towards the east wing. Over here you'll see a brief exhibit on genetics, where, as a bit of an interactive exhibit with the kids, we have a small gallery that shows chicks that we raise here in the Museum of Science, Industry, and Natural History.
Are they all dead?
There are none in there.
Okay.
Fascinating.
Something to illustrate the circle of life. And, in fact, once they grow old enough, we send them over to the Franklin Park Zoo, because pythons do need food.
Oh.
Fun fact, the museum actually does this. No. It's terrible. It's
that
like
not-
literally
not
the
Circle
kids
of
like,
Life?
look at these little chicks. And it's like, yep, that's going to a hawk over at the...
I mean,
Hawks
to
have
be
to
fair,
eat
Fascinating.
the
too.
snakes
They do.
and stuff gotta eat, so what else are they gonna do?
Rat and rat exhibit, adorable. You should live forever. Rat and hawk exhibit, well, hawks have to eat, and he's so cute.
It's like when you watch
All
Animal
right.
Planet as a kid, and it's like depending on if the documentary's from the cheetah's point of
Yeah.
view or the antelope's point of view, and you're like,
Exactly,
we're gonna
yeah.
eat, and then like the antelope gets away, and then it's like, and now the mother will never be able to feed her kittens.
Yep.
And it just shows some like sad little cheetah kitten. And you're like, ah!
And
Yep.
cheetahs are adorable.
So, what's the next exhibit?
Yeah, next exhibit would be Science Storms, which it sounds stupid, but that's literally what they named the darn thing.
Science,
Don't ask me.
Science storms.
Science Storms. Yep,
Nice.
That sounds relevant.
Was this the meteorology?
it is. At the center of this room, you would see a gigantic Tesla coil that is not on.
Oh.
I read what this is called. Have you ever seen like one of those artificial like tornado things? like
Oh.
a giant, like I want to call
Like
it a
those
wind
things at
tunnel.
malls where you like get in this like the artificial tornado chamber.
Well, this one.
Oh,
is
where
like,
it's a tornado,
You can
like,
see the vortex.
in a thing.
Yeah,
Like
but
a
it's
Whitney
like
Field
it's
Mall
nearly
in-
2 stories tall.
Do they have one of those
basically.
electricity things where you can put your fingers in the electricity?
That's the Tesla
Never
coil.
seen one of
Yep.
those in any
It was
movie.
like right next to the
Yep.
vending
No, that's a
machines.
plasma ball.
It's like
Oh no! The Tesla coil is the
And
one
it
that
had,
has
like,
like the
the
electricity
booth
coming
that
off of
had,
the
like, a
ball,
round
but I guess you
cardboard
don't put
glass
your
in.
hand on that.
And you would open it up.
They have a
Press
Tesla
one,
coil.
like a
They have
big
small
tornado,
ones you
and
can put
go
your
stand in
hands
there, and it would like,
This is a big one.
This might kill you.
Yeah, maybe don't touch it. It is not on though.
Is there a
So.
sign that says don't touch?
Is there an on switch?
There are many signs that say "Do not touch." Someone in this party in this group right here, roll a perception check.
Tabs.
And just as a warning, do not touch any exhibits unless they directly tell you are interactive. 2?
Because I got a 6.
-1 for.
Okay. So this entire museum is technically 2 levels. And in each of the exhibits you've been in, including the main entry hall, there have been balconies on the 2nd floor that overlook the ground floor that you're currently on. Tabs, you would see what looks to be a silhouette of a person walking in between the columns on the 2nd floor. And as you look, they go behind a column and you don't see them anymore. They are slightly glowing, bright blue.
Bright blue. I was gonna say ghoul, but like, you know.
I know,
glowing,
that was my
but-
first thought when he said
but they're
glowing,
like
but no.
yellowy green.
Yeah.
No, this is not a ghoul.
It's a force
certified
ghost. It's Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Do you have any exhibits on human anatomy and or biology or?
Of course, we just passed the genetics exhibit.
I saw somebody out there, but they were blue.
A blue person?
It was Megamind.
That definitely.
Oh, a what?
Spread.
All right.
No, the robots and
There's
leaves.
There's a blue person upstairs.
Are there
Avatars.
stairs
The
up to the
Avatars
second
return.
Sure. It looks like there are less exhibits up on the 2nd
group.
floor and more of just like a gallery. So there are paintings on the walls and.
I can go check it out. Do you want me to come with you?
All right.
He was like,
What?
yeah, I can.
Can we sneak upstairs?
No,
After
can.
this, after this individual?
Red and pink and
Yes.
green.
Go ahead and roll a sneak check. Are both of you sneaking?
Yes, together.
All right. Go ahead and. You know what? I really struggle with do I do cumulative stealth checks? How about both of you roll 1d20 and we'll tally the successes from there. So you're both contributing to a single a single
How's
test.
your sneak, Doc?
Non-existent.
Why are none of you sending me? I'm the sneaky one.
I'm sneaking too.
Can I just see if I can figure out how the whole Tesla coil
I need
energy
a
system
4.
works?
Yeah, sure. Have you read about anything like this before?
Yeah.
I've got the ghost.
Like there was a decent
You
amount of
literally rolled like 5
electricity
minutes of failure.
stuff related to the power plant, the water powered power plant in Korea.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a intelligence, repair, or science check. Oh.
What'd you get?
I got 1.
We got 1.
One.
How many?
Could we just do a
Frankies and
normal
Jerry's
sneak
does it
check
take to
and
sneak
have
up
someone
on the
assist?
museum?
What is
How many
my
male
repair?
party members
No,
does it take?
because
to put in a light bulb?
I do kind of use stealth as you're only as strong as the weakest link.
Yep.
It's fair.
You're only as good as
Well,
Harsh, but
you're
fair.
trying not to get spotted, not to
Yep.
be incredibly good at sneaking.
Then could we both roll normal 2d20 checks?
Nope.
Okay.
I got
Plus
Worth
they
a
got
shot.
let's see. That is technically 4 successes, so good
Yeah,
luck.
Even if I got a critical there.
Yeah. Pix. You are weaving in and out through.
Quick question: do we have a radio to the other group?
You can certainly try.
you guys are sneaking and Pix is like, hey!
It's the president!
What does she sound like?
You just get static.
Alright, I'm gonna assume that means Pix is gonna assume that means they know that we're here. They're jamming comms.
You are also this replica coal mine isn't just wow, it's like
Ow.
plaster. It's like
Oh,
thick
I'm
stone.
deep in it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it really feels like you're in a coal mine.
Okay.
I've been here, so
Oh.
it really does feel like a
Okay,
coal mine. It's pretty
you think
impressive.
Pix would say, okay, it's probably the fact that I'm in this coal mine.
Yeah,
Then
if you're in underground or in a bunker, typically
Okay.
not really good radio signal.
I think she's going to think, and I'm gonna do this because I think this is the funnest thing. I think she's gonna think, okay, I need to find my way out of here, and so I'm gonna say, because it's funner than just going out the way I went in. She's gonna think, okay, I've gotten this far. I should go through to get to where it is, and also if they need me, then I'm closer to where they're at.
Mhm.
So I think she's gonna try
Just
to.
a museum.
One thing that I would like to do that I don't. I think this would help us just checking the vibes on these guys. If there's like a stone or anything on the ground or like some rubble, she might pick that up,
You'll never become
do like
Spider
hide
jumps
somewhere and like throw it really far away. If she ever
Never
like,
come back for revenge.
and that might more
forget
work
that
if like
every
she
day.
sees a blue guy and see
Yeah.
if they like react to that. But I'll just say she's gonna look for that to see if she sees one, she'll do like that plan, see if
Yeah.
like they like attack or whatever. See if she can get the vibes with
Mhm.
these guys. But mostly she's like hide in the shadows, look for blue, and just kind of
Yeah.
do that. She's also like a little bit like if these are ghosts, they can go through walls. Maybe they're probably not ghosts, so I'm gonna like stay a little bit away from the walls. But I'm gonna try
Yeah,
and stick
I
close.
gotcha.
My hand comes out of the wall.
But yes, so
I gotcha.
yeah, so I think I'm sneaking.
Okay.
Great.
You already rolled a steep check.
Okay.
You continue to move through these labyrinthian tunnels that are supposed to be a coal mine. And
is there a way for me like marking like my
Yeah,
Pip-Boy or something
sure.
just like around,
yep,
just so I know?
yep.
Okay. So just
As you were doing that, you hear a noise directly behind you. You turn around. It's right where you were, and you see what looks to be a spectral figure of a person wearing some kind of tattered cloak. He turns yellow with that noise. And then he turns red.
I'm going to
He's a Christmas. No, he's a police
leap
car.
away from him.
He's a
I'm
video
gonna
game
try-
mechanic.
If I picked up an item to throw, I'm gonna throw that away from like, so like here's that behind him. I'm gonna leap away from him.
He is kind of getting the jump on you.
Okay.
I will allow you to do. You said you wanted to throw something towards him. It's like a two people can stand abreast in this coal mine wall. It's very, very tight.
Okay.
Oh yes.
I mean, the idea is to make a sound behind him, so he.
He's about 10 feet away from you right now.
Okay.
So he's looking directly at you.
I'm gonna try and like throw it. Can I throw it over his head, or is it not that tall?
Sure. Yeah. You throw it over his head, and he does not waver. And he is immediately going to reach his hands towards his temples.
Well, I'm running.
He got the jump on you. That's why I said that.
He's going to mind ray you.
Okay.
A beam does come out of his head.
A what?
A beam. Directly at you.
Oh,
Pix.
Mind ray.
What is your defense?
2.
A Mexican jumping bean.
And then it grows into a beanstalk.
That is 4.
I'm just watching this and like, is this meant to hurt me?
He goes,
What
gonna go
was?
3 a.m. and get some beans.
Brain's not very good.
Looks like you were hungry.
Where's my hit location? Oh, there it is. In your head,
Beans.
It's a lot of dice.
Green beans is fun because if you want green beans, you just pick them when they're green. Green beans, you pick them after they dry out. It's that easy.
for 10 points of energy damage on your head, ignoring 2 pieces of armor,
Okay.
a laser blast hits you. And you
Don't.
swear you see your rock go straight through it. I know you were aiming for above. And that is where we will end session for tonight.
Blue.
It is 9 o'clock. So thank you for joining us. We will see you next week. Have a great week.
No.